You missed yesterday, Grumpy, when we were during the beginning of the session. I was sitting there just playing. One of my D20 dropped to the ground, so I was sit back on my desk, and I saw someone type. I can't remember who it was, and I heard the DM rolling dice. I'm concerned. I'm like, no, didn't mean to. I dropped it. Don't worry.
Will you have hardwood floors?
No, my desk is hardwood, so whenever I set dice back down on it,
Oh, okay.
that's
I was
what.
wondering how they heard it from the ground. I was like,
No,
damn.
no, they didn't hear. Yeah, I don't know who it was that said it. Someone did, and I was like, I picked it up because of course, you don't hear it because I have carpeted floors. But
That's what I was wondering, like if they heard it from the ground because of like it was hardwood or.
oh, that'd be much better. Let's see. Oh, hey, we already got someone watching. Nice.
Don't worry.
Caleb.
If Rutgers is with Sieko, I'm gonna throw a fist.
That's a rock.
No, I mean I'm actually gonna swing at their face like mid game.
Oh. That's not how you play. I'm gonna
Yeah,
quote
no,
the
I'm gonna be
rulebook
like,
here.
rock, paper, scissors, shoot! I'm just gonna swing for their face.
No, Jeko,
Pulls
in the
up gun.
rulebook here it says you can't use violence if rock paper scissors.
It's a fighting
Specifically.
game.
First rule of rock, paper, scissors.
I put on my reader glasses. And
What do you mean? I'm
quote
playing
the
rock, paper,
rules.
punch.
God damn it.
Oh, you're playing that version. I don't have that book, so I can't help you there.
It's just a game where you do rock, paper, scissors, and whoever punches the other faster.
Look, if Dragon Gates doesn't let us in, we'll play rock paper scissors, and you can play that game with them.
God damn it.
I remember I made money with that book on Barges because I beat a guy for like 20 gold in rock, paper, scissors.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On a cruise, yeah.
Yeah.
Party was
Okay.
traveling a lot.
Wait, am I
20
gonna get the
gold
ghost
was a
of,
lot because I was level 2, so
I'm gonna get like the ghost of Barges over my shoulder as I read this book.
he's not dead.
Well, he went. This is the guy who went back in time, right?
Yeah, he's back in time. He's in the first.
He's
issue.
dead now.
In our timeline, yes, he is.
Yes. Therefore,
God damn it. Oh man, well. I mean, we'll see how things go. Like I said, I've got some things planned for you today.
If you win enough rock paper scissors games, you're gonna get the blessing of Barge. So I'll just give you like a +1 rock paper scissors.
this will be one of the smallest fun facts about Tick Trick in the end. He was really
You
good
really
at rock paper
enjoy
scissors.
rock paper scissors.
One of my favorite games.
No, don't worry. The blessing will be like you'll have like rock paper scissors in a circle like on your wrist area. That's all it is. That's all the blessing takes part as. It's like oh.
It's like very cryptic, like depictions of a rock paper scissors in like
Yeah.
a circle, and people are gonna wonder what the fuck it is, and it's literally nothing.
I mean,
It's like a sleight of hand trick. They pay attention to that and not what your other hand is doing.
Yeah.
It's a distraction.
God damn it. Oh man. So I'm reading some stuff beforehand just in case catch up on something. Whew. Let's see. Oh, yoy. Well, I am shocked. I thought we'd have at least Robert here by now.
He did say he was gonna be late.
I
He said he
know.
may-
I may be late though. I just remember he may be late. We don't know if he's even gonna show though, because that doesn't necessarily imply he's gonna be here.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
You know what? We're enjoying. I think it's time for Sieko to step into the Dwarven Boxing League.
Oh no. that
I-
sounds like a bad idea.
I've got this.
Gotta be honest, I think they might stop you because you might not qualify. Like as
Now,
a dwarf.
Dwarven Boxing, you don't have to be a dwarf. You just have to not use a weapon or armor.
Oh, okay. Well, you have armor on.
If I take off my armor,
You are armor.
and that's just flesh. That's flesh for me.
Do they let Warforged compete first?
No.
You know, we never had rules against races. We just had rules against gear.
Because you have to be able to take a hit naturally. If you are immune to bludgeoning damage, you cannot compete.
Oh.
Hey, a monk can hit me and do damage, so I can take a punch. Come on.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm just saying, metallic bodies, new.
They're not immune to bludgeoning.
They are. Non-magical
not.
bludgeoning, I think they're resistant or
No.
immune.
They're not even that resistant. Bastion is not resistant to bludgeoning or
Well,
slash.
Bastion's also got a bunch of shit on.
He wasn't before.
He wasn't when he was below level 5, which he was just a Warforged.
I'll have to double check.
in 5e, yeah, there's no buffs
Hmm.
having metal body.
They have a higher natural AC.
That's kind of it.
They're resistant to poison. That's literally it.
Okay. Like I said, I'll have to double check though. Either way, because I've got stuff written on my monster or on my in my D&D races for their stat or their abilities and shit. So I have to double check what I put.
It's a test roll.
Test roll. You gonna test it with the purple meat stick?
No, I probably should test it with meat stick. Yeah. Meat stick. 28.
You should rename it to that.
It's just meat stick.
Yes.
That feels insulting. This is such a powerful item.
Yeah. It'll throw people off when you call it your meat stick instead of the first beholder.
Yeah, I don't have to rename the item. I think I'll just be like, I'm gonna hit you with the meat stick.
Oh man.
And hopefully they don't have their head in the gutter.
Well, they're gonna look at my crush and realize I don't have a meat stick.
But then look at your hand and see you have a meat stick in your hand.
They'll see a literal meat stick and they're like, oh no. It's the meat
man.
stick.
It's the weapon stick in Wolf's world, and it's the meat stick in this world.
God damn it.
Don't worry, the weapon stick will make its return. It will.
Let's
No
not.
hair, no one knows.
Now, DM, you already talked about asking Floor to do something for you. If you
Make
need it.
its return. Wrong campaign, my man. I don't have a floor in my world.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
I just need a guy with a stick to beat people, and that's the weapon stick. That's all you need.
That's concerning.
I need a stick and the ability to cast banishment.
And to hate demons.
I think he already does.
Everyone hates demons. In this party, at least. Except for Bastion.
I was gonna say.
Oh, yeah, Bastion as a demon. I don't know if he probably hates demons.
He might hate other demons, yeah. There you go.
There you go.
Oh man. God damn it.
Who was watching, by the way? Was it Caleb?
Oh, they jumped off before I could check.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which was Caleb.
Could have been. I do not know. I'm still trying to wake up a little bit here, so coffee's not kicking in as hard as it was yesterday when I had 3 espresso shots and like a good 14 ounces of nothing but nitro coffee. So,
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll wake you up.
Oh, I bet you will. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Oh man. After this, though,
The adventures of the bug and the rock thing.
I am ecstatic to see what you guys can come up with. I have everything pulled up just in case you decide to do something stupid.
What, you mean tables for us to roll demon hunters on?
No. Lots of stuff. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I always like to try and prepare ahead of these. See, there's a general rule. You'll learn this, Grumpy, if you ever want to be a dungeon master. You've got what we call your prep sessions and your non-prep sessions, right? Non-prep sessions, you have everything open for whatever your players can do, whatever chaos they can come up with. And then my plan shit is usually, when I've got like 4 taps and a dungeon pulled up.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know what the hell y'all are going to do besides look for Goji's female family members. But, so, gotta be prepped.
We're gonna bust a slave ring that we were told is in the city.
What is this?
We're
What is this, Friday?
Where are the slavers?
This is not...
Some guy named L told me there was a slave trade here.
God damn.
We heard from Elite and they're slavers.
Shush. No.
Where are they?
I refuse.
Where is she?
Okay, Batman.
Where's
Yes,
Rachel?
Yeah, alright, Batman, calm down.
I am in shadow in the night. Literally.
It's because you're too... Okay.
I am the crystal of the night.
What?
You don't
No.
hide very well.
I'm the distraction in the night.
Yeah, you are.
Also, if there's a Batman, Tick-Trick should be fucking frightened, because that means there's a creature
Why?
out there willing to eat him, because bats eat bugs.
They do, yeah.
You know, I'll fight him. Come here.
You know, you're kind of large and, well, enticing to most, I imagine.
Easy target.
Oh, thanks for the compliment. Glad to know I'm wanted.
You are? Damn, I wish I was.
Apparently.
wanted.
God damn it.
Weren't you also going to call your vampire buddy and you know, give him a firm
Yeah.
slap
but-
on the wrist? for being a bad
Yo, you
vampire?
mean a beating?
Yeah.
You mean the mother of all beatings I'm gonna inflict on him? Yeah, you know. Also, DM, where's my sorcerer?
Hmm?
I never got him.
Which one?
I had rolled a
He pulled him.
sorcerer of my things, and I never got him from the.
Let me look.
Because you were gonna pick which one he was, because he had a level 5, 10, and 15. Because he was in the companions area or whatever of the book.
Yeah. I'm just checking my sorcerers. Give me a minute to see if I remember any of the names. Whenever I remember. You know what? There's a general rule in this group, as I've continued to post. If you don't remind the DM has to manage multi-million dollars on a daily. He does not remember every single individual item he has to make.
When you had first rolled it, you said, "Yeah, I'll make it later tonight. You don't need to remind me." And I just never.
Yeah, never believe me. That is a sure sign. That means you have to remind me. So, I mean that's the honest truth to it. Listen, I may remember, I may not, but if I'm smoking weed at that point, yeah, I'm not gonna remember, my man. So, and at that point, I probably was stoned, and that's probably why I don't recall. But yeah, remind me after session. I'll make it before I take off for a quick walk over to my to get my mail. Alrighty, people. Oh, welcome. Hope you are all doing well, all 0 viewers. For those who watch this in the future, assuming this book ever becomes famous, most likely post-mortem. If I'm already dead, well, fuck you all. You're not buying my book before I died. That has not been published. But either way, welcome back. So, last time we left off, unfortunately, due to conflicting schedules, I believe we ended up canceling last Monday, correct?
2 people were just unconfirmed.
Yeah. So since we ended up with that, we did cancel, I believe. So with that, we have come back. We had 2 players that were able to confirm, and 2 others that said they would be late, or 1 other that said would be late, and 2 others that said they'd potentially miss. So we are back with Tick-Trick and apparently Durali.
Always.
Durali has decided to show up.
Yeah, what's
Durali
up?
Bun Fun.
All right, let me shift character sheets. Hold on.
Durali? I don't know who you are.
A much scarier person than Sieko.
I don't know about that one.
Well, personality-wise and spellcasting ability, no, I'd agree.
But yeah, so last time we left off, the party basically had managed to get Goji's family back. Well, the male line at least. And after a little bit of talking, getting a few things figured out, the party had decided that the next direction to go would be Dragon's Gate to find the female members of Goji's family that were supposedly being sold into slavery. However, as Sieko did point out off-stream, the fact is that currently the sale could not go through due to the fact that the king's crown is currently in Sieko's possession, and therefore no king has been crowned at this time until it is found.
And no one knows I have it, and I'm not sharing. It's mine. It's a showpiece.
Yeah, Teller's
It's going in the museum.
personal old crown. But yeah, so as the party gathered together to head out, Tick-Trick and Sieko being the first 2 to be able to head out ahead of time, Sieko having just recently returned from a couple of the city-states, doing some shopping in the amongst the towns, hoping to find some magic items. Tick-Trick continuing to spend his downtime working on a strange contraption that he's been kind of basically hammering away at with Maznod Jr. Day in and day out during his free time. Daka continuing to try and learn more, understand more things, figuring out how magic works.
I figured that.
Yeah, unfortunately, Daka, being a very dim-witted human being, did not manage to get too much going on. I'm just looking up here real quick to make sure. Yeah. And with Bastion spending some downtime, relaxing, considering a few things. Again, not really talking too much, other than as he continues to try and focus on how to summon a contract, he finally understands the basics of the demonic arts and uses a good portion of his demonic magic from his predecessor to summon a... Well, as Tictric and Sieko, as you come back to base to see this on the last day that Bastion has before you all decide to take off, you watch as he begins drawing a circle, putting blood all around it, and begins chanting in infernal, strange words that, while even understanding infernal, they don't make any sense. It's just a bunch of noise coming out of Bastion's mouth as he continues going with this strange chant. It keeps getting deeper and deeper as his stomach mouth starts to get deeper and louder. And then, as you watch as the entire cave starts to shake, expecting some demonic, dangerous creature to show up, a powerful being, a true succubus among all, a small imp with what looks to be human-like, gnome-like proportions, suddenly appears. Bright red skin, very shaved clean head, big red ears, two little tiny horns on their head, and a little tail flickering out. It is covered head to toe in what looks to be some sort of meat suit of like skin leather of you'd guess some sort of humanoids or some sort of creature that looked like they were either dwarven, maybe human, who knows. But as you look it up, they seem to be truly a demonic looking character. And as Bastion begins to speak to the creature, it starts to transform, and you see as it kind of grows up to about 5'8", now dwarfing the previous the druid known as Cameron. And as Cameron continues to sit in a corner staring, watching all this, you hear him yelling for more, and suddenly the imp starts to grow larger, and her chest starts to increase in size, becoming more voluptuous, until finally he is satisfied and disappears as he casts some sort of strange druidic magic and disappears, giving Bastion a simple, like orangish looking leaf that seems to just be a single solid point, or leading up to a single point of it that has a strange red drop on it that he hands over to Bastion, not really explaining what it is as he disappears. Lastly, you watch as Goji, spending most of his time jumping around, kind of trying to figure out how to become more dexterous and more evasive. Even as Tictric tries to give him a few pointers, they just don't seem to stick, only giving him a little bit better stealth and dexterity overall. You all gather once more, now having dealt with the week's situation, and Tictric and Sieko, you head out first with the expectation your party will meet you there. On the travel, as it takes about half a month of just straight, as Sieko just continues to run, Tictric, I assume you'd be there kind of holding on to Sieko's back, or you guys would be taking the wagon.
We have a wagon, don't we? Do we have a wagon?
Our last wagon got destroyed.
It did. We don't have a wagon anymore.
It's true.
I'll read the book, though.
Huh?
The Rock, Paper, Scissors book on this journey.
Okay. As you casually sit on Sieko's back as he starts to just start running. And for note, too, as Chasten One did ask this to be mentioned at some point, Sieko being, when I do say he, I use it as a generic term similar to dude when referring to them. Sieko's gender is one of those few things that is choosable at their, when they decide. Like all dragons, they are technically a species that can change their sexuality. Trasks are also similar. So Sieko's gender is technically a mystery until they choose. So he is a general term just to keep going forward with. But yeah, so as you lot start running, Sieko charging ahead, passing city people on these roads, marching or running through forests that have no pathway ever truly followed by anything other than common hunters in the area. About 2 weeks go by of you running at full speed until you finally arrive at Dragon's Gate. What would have normally taken 6 months to a year, without exhaustion, without any stopping, you manage to continue running at top speeds. And as you come to the large city, you, Tiktrick and Sieko, you've never seen a city this massive. Dragon's Gate is noted as the largest city in the world, even to this day, with its size, having 6 equal parts that it's broken up to each depicting different churches and different culture groups. The walls being made of this strange blue-like material that kind of reverberates magic coming off of it, standing almost 10 stories high on the outer wall, and on the inner wall, from what you can tell, is another 50 stories high, where it is just massively built up. The guards, all as you can see them patrolling, they don't seem to wear armor. Is one of the first things you notice is almost all the guards are glistening as they continue to walk about. And those that guard the southern gate that you have arrived at, noting that there are 4 gates each in each of the cardinal directions, you can see it's similar. The guards all seem to not be wearing anything, no shirt, and just simple loincloths, completely covered head to toe in oil. As you come up to the city, seeing the long line of travelers kind of going into the city, wagons for miles from what you can see. However, between the two of you with your perception, you notice there's a side line that seems to be much shorter and with much more heavily armored people. It looks like similar to yourself, your group, very mixed members, orcs, lizard folks, dragonborn, you've got dwarves, both of all 3 variations, gnomes, yuan-ti, Harengan that seems to be walking around with 2 wooden feet, and a few other creatures that you haven't seen in your travels as of yet. That all seem to be going into a second line that's much shorter and seems to be kind of moving a lot quicker as they enter the city.
So that line looks like it's where all the adventurers are?
Roughly,
Probably.
That's your guestimation.
All right.
With sea invisibility, do the guards look any different?
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Irish. It's
So yeah, as you lot head towards the shorter line, one of the orcs that's standing there, he's full. You notice he's full plate. The plate looks to be made of some sort of like mithril and adamantine mix. A great sword on his back that looks to be this like a large dragon's tooth that has been carved into a blade with a bone handle. You do note that he has written on him in Orcish a bunch of words. Do either of you speak Orcish?
I do. From the comedy sketches.
You recognize the word Dakaron on his chest.
Hey. Sieko, that guy's from the clan that Daka is.
Huh?
At least
Family
that's armor from there. Hey, you, mister.
You know, he kind of turns around and goes, "What?
Are you from clan Dakaron?
How'd you know that?"
I can speak Orcish. It's on your armor.
Is that what that says? He looks down and goes, "I can't read
Yes.
Orcish."
Oh. Well, do you know Daka?
Daka.
Yeah, Daka. He's about like 10 feet tall, big broad dude, long gray beard, carries a druidic stick around and smacks the youngins on the head with him.
That might be Daka Senior.
the younger one.
Oh, you mean the one that is red, who's got the strange bear tattoo on his left nipple?
No, not that one. He's green. He's used to be green.
Wields an axe. His grain screams a lot.
Oh, Daka Jr. We called him Failure. Yeah. He was always thinking too much. We orcs,
Yeah.
we don't think. You know, we fight and we fuck, and that's it. Well, we hunt too. And, you know, now that I think about it, we also shit and talk a lot. And continues to start on with this thought, and he gets lost in it.
Okay.
He starts like counting the shit on his fingers, losing count, and he just continues until he gets up to the front of the line. As a few
Okay.
minutes go by, the guard kind of looks him up and down and just nods as he hands the guard a piece of paper, and then the
Wait.
guard looks it up and down and then hands it back, and the guy goes in.
Wait, hold on. We don't have those.
The guard kind of turns and looks over at Yulok and goes, "All right, adventuring guild proof of adventuring license or something of your deeds to prove who you are."
So I actually travel in towns. I should have one of these.
This is actually not a thing that's common anywhere outside Dragon's Gate. This was something Aaron put into attempt.
Let me see.
Most adventuring guilds don't give two shits if you go into town and like take up a quest off their board. They're like, "Yeah, we'll pay you. Cool." You know.
Proof of your deeds?
Mhm.
We've have anything like that?
I think I have proof of deeds. Hold on. I should have something really weird. To be fair, I should look like my proof of deeds. You don't really see many 10 feet tall.
You know what? I'll pull out my Tarrasque Yuan Ti Fang. Maybe that's proof enough.
He looks at it and goes, "Underdark Adventures?"
I've been there, yes.
Ah, yeah, you're fully welcome in. Anybody who can survive in the Underdark is always welcome in Dragon's Gate. Are you here signing up for the Tikva Silver Song's request? Or are you just doing business or pleasure?
We were looking for a friend that might be in here,
Uh,
in the city.
he kind of looks over. Now, note, this man, again, wearing nothing but like basically a Speedo and covered head to toe in oil with a sword on his side. He looks at you, very human looking for his features, and goes, "What were their names? We may be able to assist."
He did tell us the name of his mom, didn't he?
I don't think he
Oh.
did.
I'll describe what they look like.
Two lizard folk. Yeah, we can describe the mother at least.
Yeah.
You did have the painting of her.
Yeah, we did.
Well, Goji had the painting, but we saw
Goji
it.
has
Yeah,
the
you saw it,
painting,
though.
but we saw it, so.
He looks at you and goes, "No, we got nothing like that around here. We haven't any lizard folk. Honestly, you're the first Dragonborn." As he looks over at Sieka and goes, "They're the first Dragonborn I've seen in ages around these parts. We had one that was here a while back, but due to inconveniences, they were banned temporarily from entering the city. All Dragonborn were banned from entering the city because we couldn't find the person who caused the great outbreak of." It was this great sickness. Everyone started just coughing up blood. They were having issues. Kurgan tried everything he could, but the clerics couldn't save him. So, yeah, I haven't seen any scaled folk around here in recent history.
I'll say, I have two thoughts. Because one, Kurgan saw who did it. He knows who did it.
Yes, but what Kurgan didn't make it to the public who it was. He just banned her from the city, and basically, if she ever entered again, she was going to be put in prison permanently for the rest of her life.
I
Yes.
would like to insight what he said, though.
And
Sure.
then we
Go ahead,
just saw a Dragonborn in this line. You described
Yes.
the races.
Mhm.
What do you mean he hasn't seen one?
12.
12. You get the sense that he's telling the truth, but you also notice as you look at his eyes, he's not tracking you with his eyes.
I figured there was something going on like that. I was wondering why guards are dressed like this.
I have a question, sir. Why are you not wearing armor? If you're a
We're part
guard.
of the Unit 34 expansion act by Tikva Silversong was put into place in recent. We had an elite unit under the leadership of Aaron, who basically their job was to defend the city. They were the unit we sent in to deal with anybody who attacked. They single-handedly were one of the main reasons the High Elves didn't take the city when when the first war happened. So now, due to Tikva's request, she has made these uniforms and the unit to be expanded and given to all soldiers that sign up and are willing to. So that's pretty normal. All troops around here will be wearing nothing but what you will perceive as body oil, a weapon on their side, and some sort of very crotch
illusion.
covering as required.
On illusion.
Huh?
Alright, well, either way, we have to time here until the rest of the party gets here.
We might have business. Might purchase things.
This, I guess.
Feel free. No issue. You have already proven your deeds. You're welcome to visit the town. Enjoy yourselves. May I recommend the Two Raven Inn? It is ran by a young elven woman. Her name is Light Junior. I believe it's an elven Alluvia Junior. If you wish to reach out to her, she should be there. Her inn's been really popular amongst adventurers in recent. I can guess why when the drinks are so strong there. But otherwise, have a good time in town, and remember to follow the rules, and as all we ask, and keep the fighting to a minimum. Or if you're going to fight, go outside the city, please.
Siaka will just walk in.
Walking in.
He steps aside and lets you guys pass. As he goes back into question the what you see is a small gnomish merchant who is now arguing, stating that there is no way that a Thrycreen and a Dragonborn should be let in the city, and is complaining that when he is not being allowed in. So
So he's facing my direction. I'm just gonna flex as I walk away, as I give like a sign. Walk away.
You hear in the distance as you both start to continue walking and see the thing's flexing at me. It's he's taunting me.
What's a dwarven insult for a hand motion?
No, there
It's
aren't
not
many
enough,
hand
that's
motions.
marriage.
It's mostly the closest would be the sign of like breaking someone's equipment. Is kind of the biggest insult, or the dwarves look at other dwarves and insult them by the product they produce. So. By calling someone, like, saying that they're a shit craftsman, or saying that their item is made of, like, weak materials, is the greatest insult you can give to a dwarf.
So Tigtrick could make the motion of breaking something over his knee.
Yeah, I'll do that. Why not?
And most dwarvish cultures would take that as an implication that you are threatening their equipment, or saying their equipment is weak.
Does his equipment look weak?
I mean, as you turn and look him over, I mean, he's not wearing any adventurer's guild. He looks like he has a couple potion vials on his vest. He has a bag on his back that he's carrying, and he's wearing some spectacles while having like combed over gray hair, no facial hair, and big beady eyes.
Well, I got nothing to insult him with. He's not even worth insulting.
And you can hear the guard is laughing in the background as you guys walk. But yeah, as you head into this city, you are in the southern district. You're following down the main road. There are 4 main roads that go to each of the 4 gates. Each of the main sections all, of course, again, have their own cultural groups, religions, and stuff like that have been set up. Tigtrick would know roughly, as Maznod has been to this town a few times. He has traveled and traded with Dragon's Gate. That basically, what you generally know is Dragon's Gate has slowly been improving over time, over the years. Beyond that, not much else would have been something you would have taken note of.
City's on the up and up.
Yeah, basically. And as you look down the street, I mean, you see kids playing in the streets, having a good time, wearing good clothing. You don't see any beggars, like, looking for food. As you're walking by, like, bakeries and stuff, you're seeing, like, loaves of bread the size of Sieko's fist that are less than a copper piece selling. And there's people just casually going in. People look fat and happy for the most part as they're walking about. Merchants are yelling about their goods here and there. No magic item shops, unfortunately, in the southern district. But as you look about, you do see 2 things that catch your attention. The Two Raven Inn, and, well, 3 things. An inn right across the street that seems to have a strange upside-down king's head, or the head of a king with its crown on the neck, as if it was a decapitated head. And the third one is a strange... It's a long, almost like a long hall is the best thing you two could equate it to, as you've never really seen a building like this. It looks to be a large iron cylinder that's been cut in half and like set into the ground, and you can hear the sounds of like hammers and sparks and like other such things. The sign on front of it has a big Z on it, and then a little airplane right next, like a little barbarian bomber right next to it, drawn onto it, but. In the Southern District, that's about all that really catches your attention outright.
I don't know. You want to check that out, or you want to keep going?
No, we can keep going.
Okay.
All
right, so as you guys continue to head further into the city, it takes about 2 hours with you both walking casually, kind of looking around, watching the people, seeing if anything catches your eye. Give me some perception checks for general and an investigation check for each of you to see if you see any lizard folk.
I will have the CM up at all times, by the way.
Yeah, I figured. You're good.
Perception's a 10.
Ouch.
Perception's a 10.
Well, I do only have a +1.
Yeah, it's fair.
Investigation's also a 10.
17 for investigation.
Okay. So as you both continue to look about, As you continue to follow the main road of the southern district towards the center of town, where the big stronghold is, also where the large library and hospital was set up next to the palace, fully having the central court open for the public to walk about in. You continue to look about, seeing more and more merchant shops that are popping up, and then more larger houses that seem to be fancier looking as you get closer to the center of town. On occasion, the two of you notice like some things in the side alleys, but nothing that really catches your any alarms. However, Ticktrick, as you continue to watch, something catches your eye that's kind of strange, as you've never seen a above grounder climb into or climb underground like you see as you watch as some sort of young kid. You think from this distance, given your perception, you can't really make him out fully or it fully, but seems to pull up this like metal grate off the ground and climb down into it and then pull the grate back over. Which is a really peculiar thing, because as you've been walking down the main street, the grates smell really bad. They seem to have like this really nasty air coming out from underneath them.
Why would anybody do that? Someone just went down into the smelly underground part, Chieko.
Mm.
Can you feel anything?
Yeah, I was like, can I tap for tremor sense?
Yeah,
See if there's anything
give me
like
a perception check with advantage.
Yeah, because I would, even if I roll bad, I'd still get a rough if something's down there if they're moving. We got. I'm rolling bad today. That's an 8.
Luckily, even with rolling badly, between the 10 and the 8, you start to, as you're walking, starting to kind of pay attention now to that idea. You don't know what sewers are now, of course, because neither of you have ever lived in a city that had sewers or really have a reason to understand the concept of it. So as you both are kind of like looking around watching this, Sieko, you kind of start to move your feet from side to side, just slightly, not enough to catch anybody's attention. But as you do, you start to get a feeling of a mass amount of tunnels. Not just like it seems to be a very grid-like one that's set up that matches the city, but there are huge, like winding and winding tunnels all throughout underneath, almost like a strange spider's web. You can definitely tell there's a lot of presence down there. Some creatures that are living there are moving around on a constant, but you can't really get a rough area of where they are or what they're doing or how many. You'd guess roughly hundreds are down there.
There are tunnels and hundreds of creatures down there.
You think that's where the Cody's mom and sister are?
It's possible. We could go as well.
Or the shot. Let's go after that man who went down into the sewer.
Okay. So as you both start kind of just take a hard right, suddenly heading down one of the side alleys, no one really pays much attention to you two. You start to notice, it kind of almost feels as if, you're going unnoticed down here. But as you turn down this side alley, the smells of decay and raw sewage kind of igniting from the pipe that you can kind of pick up a whiff from. You see the iron grate that's kind of blocking the pathway down. Who's gonna...
Now, can we fit?
As you look at it, as we both look at it, Sieko, you're pretty sure you're gonna get stuck. You are definitely a bit too wide, and by a bit, I mean like maybe half of you could probably fit in this hole.
Hold on. I have an item for this. Hold on. Where do I still have the oil, or did I give the oil to someone else?
The potion of diminution?
No, I had ethereal oil, or was it the other character? I know someone.
I think that was Durali.
It was Raleigh.
I mean, I could brave it, and I go down, and you stay above.
Oh wait, no, actually, I can just cantrip teleport in.
Well, was the pipe big enough?
You just puff down. It's a 30-foot teleport. Yeah, how long down until like an opening down there?
You don't know. Your perception wasn't high enough to get you much of a clear image of the whole thing. You just were able to censor a lot of tunnels.
Right,
I'll go check.
Find out.
Before, in case there's a chance of us like if him go down, I will, with Sieko's permission, use telepathy so we can communicate.
Okay. All right, as you begin to head under, or kind of go and grab the thing, um, give me a strength check to see if you can pull the grate up.
Oh, I got this. That's a natural one for a 3.
Yeah, as you lean down, confident that you just watched what you assume was a child pick this up. This will be easy. And as you go
Yeah.
to lift, you pull back and start like huffing, puffing, pulling. It's not moving. It seems to be stuck.
Can I
Think they
track?
locked it.
Yes, Yoko, go ahead and give me a strength check.
24.
You watch as the grate comes flying off.
Oh, I loosened it. I loosened it.
The smell
broke
has
off.
dissipated suddenly, just as suddenly as the thing's pulled up.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
All
right, I'll go down, I guess.
You start climbing down. You have dark vision, correct?
I have blindsight.
Yeah, you have blindsight. Okay. So yeah, as you're heading down the ladder, you do notice that there's some sort of tunnel that has waste byproducts in it that like what other creatures create that are organically formed. But the ladder continues beneath as you continue crawling down. 5 feet go by, 10, 20, 40, 60. Finally, 85 feet down, you find the base of the tunnel and see that it is expanded. The walls are fully cut clean into the stone. Pillars are all set up. It looks like it's very well traveled. As you can see, the dirt on the ground is very compact and like almost like a really decent pathway. It looks like both directions have torches that lit up. On the walls, you do notice, given your experience as an adventurer, you do recognize that there are scorch marks on the walls that kind of catch your attention as a little peculiar. But otherwise, yeah, there's no one in the tunnel other than a couple torches that are hanging up on the walls to either way. But the tunnels on both sides seem to turn left and right.
Well, Sieko, it's a bit far down. About 85 feet. But there's a sewer that's higher up. I don't know if that's good though.
He's thinking.
Well, technically, I've done it before. I can just keep casting the spell and like casting it on still gas, and I could probably get down there. He's let me do it before. Or I could
If you get
just.
stuck, I can help you. I have a potion that can make you smaller.
I mean, if I get stuck, I'm just gonna break something and teleport again.
Well,
I'm just gonna break.
this is a nice city. Maybe we don't want to get on their bad side.
They're a powerful city.
That too.
It's fine. It's fine.
Also, I think you might just break the ladder if you step on it.
You know, there is that too. There is that.
You want to come down here, or you want to just go back up and walk around normally?
Looking at my spells.
Seko pulls out his spell book for the first
I
time
guess-
ever and
well-
starts flipping the
well-
pages.
Well, he's doing that all for a little bit, not far, but
Yeah, you start walking. You got two paths. You got left and right. Which direction are you gonna go?
oh, I'll pull out the magical dagger that'll point me in the direction to go. And drop it.
Give me a D4 roll.
Yeah, I would go south. It's a 1.
Alright, so as you turn off to the right, you start following the scorch marks that seem to be on the walls. You do notice they don't hit like the ceiling, just like high on the side walls, and like the entire bottom of the ground looks like you can tell it definitely was at one point scorched, as you can see the marks seem to be cleanly set up until it looks like wherever people were walking have completely eroded the dirt.
As this is how Tater Toys works, I will stealth because this is an unknown area
Yeah, go ahead and roll
to
stealth.
him. All right. That's a 26.
All right. So yeah, as you start to stealth, starting to head further in, give me a survival check
All right.
with advantage because you're used to being underground.
Okay. That is a 14.
Okay. As you begin to kind of walk, traverse around, not really going too far away from where you were set up, you head off to the right and start looking down to either side, deciding to keep to the right, continuing down just a little bit longer. You start to notice there are little like hobbit holes that seem to have been set up where you can definitely tell people have lived in them, but there's nothing there now. It seems to be empty. However, what particular that catches your attention is there are spider drawings on every turn, each with either a 1 or a 2 marked on them. And they seem to be similar to almost like a Black Widow, but instead of the red hourglass, the Roman numerals are used to identify if it's 1 or 2. As you kind of look about, do you have Thieves' Cant?
I do.
All right, let's do a history check with disadvantage, since you do have the Thieves' Cant.
I found what I needed.
Okay, what'd you got?
That's a 15.
Okay.
I have Dimension Door from the Cape of Montebank.
Oh yeah, you do have that.
All right, so you're going.
So I would vanish in a puff of smoke, and I would appear in a puff of smoke next to Tick-Trick.
If I remember right, Dimension Door though, you have to go to another dimension first.
No, you don't.
No, that's the 500-foot teleport.
Dimension door is you just teleport 500 feet.
Oh,
It's
within
just a
five.
five-
Okay, yeah,
Up
I
to
see.
500 feet.
Okay.
You're thinking of plane.
Yeah, so as you open up a doorway, disappearing in a cloud of smoke, you reappear down at the bottom, not seeing Tick-Trick anywhere around you, as you are now in the same areas where he is. Tick-Trick, with that 15, you remember Masnod mentioned something about one of his contacts in Dragon's Gate, a guy by the name of John Doe. Who ran an underground network of basically an entire black market and spy network across the entirety of the continent. This is his symbol. But yeah, as you start looking about, you suddenly hear you hear Sieko suddenly come stepping out to the ground as his heavy footprints kind of make the ground slightly shake a little bit.
I'll give directions to go the direction I went.
Okay. Sieko, do you follow?
Yeah.
Okay. As you turn to the right and start following it to the right, the two of you meet up only a few minutes later as Tick-Trick continues to stand just kind of in front of this little cubby hole that you both recognize has been lived in recently. However, seems to now just be an empty room, just a stone hole in the wall.
This here, I'll point at the spider marks. Now, is both of them signifying the same
Yes.
thing? Like,
That is his.
Okay.
That spider is his mark.
do I know the meaning of like why there's two of them?
No, you're unsure with that. Just that, like I said, that John Doe was supposedly a man who was known for having a network of spies and like business deals and stuff underground.
Okay, I'll relay that to Sieko.
Alright. Cool.
All right.
I mean,
What's
we're
up?
going Sieko can wander. I can be a great notice. Everyone will see me. They won't see you.
Mm-hmm.
As you two continue walking about, an hour or so goes by as you're doing so, and you finally come to an open area that seems to expand out into a long chamber where you see a bunch of men, from what you're gathering based on their height, of all different races and different sizes roughly. They all seeming to wear black cloaks, wearing simple brown leather pants, each carrying what looks to be a dagger on each hip, all going about talking as they're working on stuff. Some look to be filling out paperwork, others seem to be sitting at a table talking and laughing. You see in the background a board of pictures of wanted posters up on the wall. You also notice that your entire organization, Sieko and Tick-Trick, is listed on that wall with different prices on their heads.
Do they look like us, like our current appearances?
As you look on, the only one who looks similar is really Daka at this point, and Goji, although the one designed for Goji is green still. Tick-Trick, yours is showing a much smaller version of yourself from when you first joined up with the party, and Sieko seems to be the same. The gold pieces on him only look to be about 100 gold pieces apiece.
Okay.
However, noting that you do notice Daka's does say wanted only alive.
Interesting.
He's more popular, I guess.
And as you are kind of watching this, you suddenly hear from behind you as one of the guards goes, "I don't care if you're from some clan in the Orclands. You can't sneak around here and not think you're gonna get caught in our tunnels," as you suddenly hear Daka's voice in the background.
I'll go check.
Put my finger on the guard's lip. Shh. Don't see me.
Sayako, as you come around the corner to the, you see Daka's fully cuffed in like Oventium cuffs, feet and hands, and has his big meaty hand and finger on this elven, maybe half elven, cloaked figure, who's like half the size of Daka on a good day. And Daka just towering over him by a good 2 feet. And yeah, putting his finger right to the creature's, the half-elf's mouth, and the half-elf just glares at him as he continues to push him forward. You do notice Daka's getting moved forward, but against his will, though he doesn't seem to be complaining.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over.
The cloaked figure kind of looks up and goes, "Are you here looking for Zilpip's treasure too? He's not here. He's gone. He's been gone for years. I caught this one over here looking for the same damn thing."
I point at Daka. I'm here for him.
Oh.
Hello,
He
my
snuck
friend.
He snuck in here with a bunch of purple paint on himself, completely naked, and it freaked
Yeah.
everyone out.
I don't know why he did that. We went through the proper channels. We've been waiting for him.
She looks at Doc and goes, "Well, I guess you weren't wrong that your friends would find you."
Well, I told you, eventually they always find me.
Where's the red one and the bug, as well as the one known as Asshole?
Don't know where 2 of them are. I was with the bug, as you put it earlier. I'm meeting up with him later.
Apologies, that's what what your friend Daka called him.
That's fair.
1 second. Can I ask the orb to remove me from these chains?
Wait.
Oh, here we go.
Stretchy time.
Stretchy time.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me pull up something.
He's got
Go
check-
gadget. Get the fuck out of here.
He's checking if the orb can do that.
Well, listen. I mean, if I'm assuming it's some kind of like your wish is my command, monkey's paw kind of thing, just remove me from these chains.
Wait,
Cut off.
which
Cut off
orb?
Daka's hand.
I'm looking in your which orb?
You never gave me an item, but you told me it's the it's that orb that I
Armor's
got,
there.
that Lord's item orb.
Oh,
Look at my other possessions,
yes,
because you never gave me an item to actually
because
attune
I
to.
haven't made the item yet because I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna turn it into.
Because when I asked for it to get me out of the other room, it made me stretch above the acid.
Yes.
Well,
yeah.
Jello. It wasn't acid. It was Jello.
Well, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember. Yes, you have I know what orb you have now. Yeah, as you say this, Daka, you notice the orb does not react.
Oh, okay. I thought that would work. But I've broken out of chains before, so I'm gonna try again.
Give me a strength check.
Some Oventium chains right there.
17.
Doc, you watch as Tigdrick eventually coming around the corner, seeing Sayako just kind of standing there and hearing the conversation in the distance, coming back to see this. Tigdrick, as you come, you see around the corner, you see Daka trying to pull his arms apart and his legs at the same time, just trying with all of his mighty strength. Muscles start bulging, veins start popping out. Daka starts to turn red with the exertion from it.
Vibrate faster!
You both fought. The cuffs don't move; they don't budge. In fact, after a few minutes or a few seconds of this, they start to get smaller.
Can you take the cuffs off my friend now?
She looks over.
Faster! Harder! My atoms will move through the metal!
He's gonna keep doing this until you do.
The last guy who did it got to the point where he lost his hand, so I'm kind of curious to watch it.
No chains have ever taken my hands off, and they won't start today.
His people seem to randomly activate wild magic. You really don't want that.
Wait,
If you don't do something soon, he might explode or something.
she looks about and goes, "Fine, god damn it, I don't get paid enough for this." And then she pulls out a key and starts, and she just taps the chains as they fall to the ground.
And once again,
Taps it with what?
Daka breaks out of the
Okay.
chains. See, I told you it would work.
She just picks up the chains and puts them in her bag of holding and
I
looks
wanna-
at Daka.
I want to hand her 10 golds, like, for how much for dealing with him. It's
What did she tap the chains with to make him drop?
Her key. She had an Oventium key in her hand.
Okay.
She looks and she
By the
takes
way-
the 10 gold and pockets it.
I'm curious, is the clockwork rat with me?
Yes,
Nice!
as well as
I
your
still
cloak.
don't know what it does.
Yeah.
Yes!
Um,
Which, I'm not gonna attune to it yet, because I got to... I want to figure out what this lord item does before I unattune to it. I want to see if it's actually good.
But I'm gonna nod to Tigrick and we'll go back to what we were doing. We'll go walking again.
As you two start walking back around the corner, Daka, as you look about, you're in Dragon's Gate in the underground tunnels. As you look about this current tunnel you're in, you see paintings of spiders on the wall that both have a similar design to a Black Widow, but instead of an hourglass, you see a 1 and a 2 designed in Roman numerals, depending on which side of the walls they're on. As well as this part of the tunnel, as you're looking about, you do notice there are a lot of scorch marks on the sides of the walls. Not on the ceiling, but like on the sides of the walls and was obviously on the what was on the floor at one point before the path had been so well walked. But otherwise everything's very well lit. The walls are very well taken care of. It looks like this is a very traversed area, being deep underground. You don't remember how you got here. You just found yourself in here at one point after leaving the city, or leaving your little base with the rest of the party as Sieko and Tiktok went ahead of you. And then you found yourself suddenly waking up in these tunnels and wandering around.
I must have been sleep surfing again.
Again.
What?
A disembodied voice says.
So, you never told us that your clan nickname was apparently Failure?
What?
Yeah, we met.
Daka looks at you suddenly.
We met one of your clan members earlier. They said they called you Failure as a clan nickname. Said you think too much.
Give me a history check, Daka.
9.
You had a cousin who really hated you. He was 2 years older than you, and he was just slightly always more muscular than you. And he was favored to be the next chief, as he had supposedly killed a adult dragon at the age of 16 by himself. But as you were there, you watched as he just happened to find a skull and tear a tooth off and turn it in as his own. No one believed you, though.
Because, I'm going to say this on top of, but no, when Daka says you wasn't true, they say, Daka, you think too much, so you're obviously not telling the truth, because you're obviously conniving against your cousin. But no, just because I can beat him in a fight because of my thinking moves, doesn't mean that I'm not strong. Daka is stronger. Daka is the best, because his green is better than his green.
As Daka just angry above all else that you are having this
I was just
conversation.
curious why they called you that.
We did have to go the whole spiel. By the way, as I was still sneaking, are the cloaked figures that were chatting, did they hear this? Or they just
They're all turned and watching you guys now as the half elf or the half elf woman from earlier
Daka
walks in.
yelling.
Yeah. Well, she walked right past you all and walked right in the room and started to handing over paperwork and talking.
Next time I see my cousin, I'm gonna call that pretty dragon lady, see if he can, fight her, because he's such a strong orc. Yeah, maybe.
What does your cousin
teach
look
him.
like? We might have met him.
Big, green, wearing fancy armor that he stole from your father before he ran out of the village.
That sounds about right.
That sounds about it, like right him.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
He is a bastard.
Doc, after all these years, you just figured the man was dead. There was no way an orc like that could survive out and about. But, apparently...
No, he's in
Just like
Dragon's Gate.
some sort of
He's
adventurer
in
now.
Dragon's Gate right now.
But as you three continue talking, sitting there kind of discussing what's been going on as you all got here, one of the cloaked figures comes over, a little bit larger and looking to be almost Sieko height, with some nasty scars you can see around his mouth. You can't see his full face as he has got his hood over his head, completely covering it. But his hands show a grayish skin with strange tattoos and marking. You also notice he kind of glistens a little bit in the torchlight as he comes over to you three and at the entrance to the room and looks at you and goes, "All right. I need you lot out of here. We got work to do. And honestly, I'm not interested in any sort of bounties with how small those bounties are. So can you move on, or do you need something?"
I don't even know why I'm here.
We're looking for people.
Do you know if there's any lizard folk in town?
I serve an elite unit to the spy master of this fortress. A unit that has networking all across the entirety of the world.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yep.
Yeah. You don't have to do the whole spiel.
All right,
I'd like
cool.
to hear the
Fuck
spiel.
off! And he turns and walks back into the room.
Oh, no, okay.
I'm gonna
I was trying to
follow.
skip the conversation, but okay.
You can follow him into the room. He just ignores you and goes back to filling out paperwork as he seems to be reading
You know,
stuff.
you two are very rude to the hooded man. He probably practiced that.
He just looks up at Daka and just sighs as he goes back to filling out paperwork.
Oh, I'm sorry I didn't let you do your whole spiel. I'm sorry.
It's not a spiel. I literally just want to get my work done, and you assholes showed up at my job at demanding I tell you shit. Fuck off. I've worked here for 10 years.
You
I'm
need help?
sorry.
Oh, I've lived that. I've lived longer than
I
that.
have been a manager in this part of the branch for now 3
yeah,
years,
sure.
and now I got little piss ends like you showing up at my door every other fucking weekend because you adventurers all looking for Zilpip's treasure. It ain't here. He didn't
Do you remember
live
how
down
to do
here.
your old job?
I will smack you.
I look at Doc and I look at TikTok. I'm like, what's a Zilpip?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's what-
I met him once. It was that guy that made. It was that guy with that green staff, I think.
He took my banana.
I didn't know.
Wait, no, that was my banana that he took.
No,
I didn't know he had treasure. No, we're just here looking for lizard folk.
Congrats. Try upstairs.
They weren't
We
up
tried
there.
that.
I don't care. Leave.
Is
I'm
there
gonna
someone
start-
else here I could talk to?
Wandering the tunnel.
Do I look like a receptionist? No, we are an elite
Yeah.
spy network.
Where is your receptionist?
Well, if you're a spy
Glares.
network, you should know where the lizardmen are. You should know all the things, shouldn't you?
Well, maybe I'll know.
He's rolling for something.
Hey, Daka, does a 32 hit?
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Alright, one sec.
I mean, it was a reasonable question.
No, yeah. Especially with this party. Give me a second. I'm just pulling up my dice roller for this. It is... Okay. It is base 1d4. Okay, that works. Taking in that. Let's see. That is a total... I like that they had dice roller on the encounter thing. You suddenly take 26 points of magical bludgeoning damage as missiles just start little like arrows start shooting out of the guy's hands at you, Daka, just slamming into your chest, not piercing you, just smacking you back out of the room, slowly getting you to the doorway. And he goes,
That was very nice.
"Now, fuck off! I got work to do."
If we help you with the work, will you tell us where the
No, piss off.
Have you guys ever thought of smelling the lizard folk? They have a pretty unique smell. No, I'm talking to my party mates.
I know, but he's still.
He's still right there.
Does money change anything?
No.
I'm gonna go now.
Okay.
Climb up the ladder, you climb down, or climb out the sewer pipe you found. He ain't here. If you want Zilpip's whereabouts, you want lizard folk whereabouts, go to the fucking library and ask them. I have no clue, nor do I care. Unless they are someone the king is looking for, no one has an interest. Does that make everything perfectly clear?
You know, actually, can I just say please to him and try to persuade him?
Go ahead.
I just want to say please.
Yeah, feel free. Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Sweet, I have advantage on that. So does a 21 pass?
He sighs and goes, "You're not gonna leave until I tell you, are you?"
Most likely.
Fuck off. And he turns on, goes into the filing it's like metal cabinet, starts pulling out files and paperwork and starts looking through it and pulls out one, sets it on the desk and flips it open and he goes, "I got 3 lizard folk in the city right now. I got one that's here as an adventurer. He, I don't know, he says he's looking for some guy named Snicknesh. Fuck if I know who that is off the top of my head. And I got 2 women here that came with a bunch of younger female lizard folks. They're here to be sold as slaves on the market, on the black market. Why?
The 2 women, that would be them.
Alright. If I'm correct in this, they should be in the northern district, held by one of the high elven merchants. Slavery's outlawed in the city of Dragon's Gate and has been since it was founded. So as far as it goes, he probably won't tell you shit, but if you can talk to him and convince him to let you in to see his stock, you'll probably find a bunch of slaves in there. He's the only slave trader I know.
All right.
Time to
Thank you,
raid
sir.
time to
You're
raid a
not
merchant.
welcome.
I'll give you 100 gold for your troubles.
You can keep your gold and shove it up your.
I
I
don't
don't
have
know what the fuck you are, honestly. Can you just leave?
Yeah, I've
okay.
done.
Guys, I know what to say. You're not, thank you. Have a horrible day.
Okay then.
I've not heard that before.
Don't let the roof collapse on the way out.
See,
that
he
people.
knows what he's doing, and I'm gonna, like a helicopter, rotate on my rock as I leave.
Okay.
Like a helicopter.
As Daka turns, you watch as he Austin Powers gets stuck as the it is too narrow of a turn for him to turn the shield around.
I'm gonna go walk back to the
Time
the
to act like a freaking power saw.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find the ladder we took originally.
Okay, as you just walk over Daka's shield, passing him. Tigrick, are you following after Sieko?
Yes, see you up there, Daka.
The guard just sits there and watches Daka, a finger on his head, just shaking his head. Like, why?
Fine, I'll go the normal way.
As you finally step off the shield, it goes back to your back. You all start as you fall after your party. Sieko, as you dimension door back up to the top as you can't fit through the ladder as Tigrick continues to climb back up, and Daka eventually finds his way. Realizes he can't get up because his stone shield is too thick to, as well as he's too thick to get
Don't
through the
worry,
hole.
I can squeeze through with a bit of oil.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Do you have oil?
Do you have oil?
Here we go.
Oh. Do you have oil?
No.
No, I teleported up and down. I'm too big as well.
Hold on, I'm gonna do some jumping jacks to work up a sweat, and then I'll go.
Okay.
I'm gonna hate you if this works. I want you to know that, God damn it, no. Alright, well, let's see it. Let's give you a strength check.
10.
10?
You know what?
Alright.
I have lucky. I'm gonna do it again.
Oh god.
I'm gonna waste a lucky roll on this. Oh, that's even worse. I'm gonna waste another lucky roll on this.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh my
All right,
god.
21.
You know, honestly, I'd be impressed if I saw this as a player. Alright. So yeah, as you start to work up a sweat, you start getting really sweaty, doing jumping jacks, jump up and down, start getting going. A few minutes go by, and as you do so, you start to work up fully. Let's go ahead and let's see if you can get me a acrobatics or athletics check for climbing.
27.
I hate you. Fuck! Alright. As Daka, with his strong odor, knowing Tigrick, as you're already halfway up the ladder, the smell in the sewers isn't actually there. The only smell seemed to have been coming from the sewer lids itself that you had struggled to lift off earlier.
Yeah.
But as you're climbing, the smell returns, and it's...
Oh, I've seen this smell before. It was from the surfing.
Mm-hmm.
The surfing.
The odorous scent suddenly returns as you see Daka climbing with vigor towards
again.
you.
I'm
coming,
faster.
Trick. I want a hug.
I'm climbing faster. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I teleported. I'm gonna start walking to the Northern District.
Alright, Tigrick, give me an athletics check here real quick, and no worries, Chico.
Yeah. Natural 20 for 26.
Daka catches up to you at the last second as
I
you're
haste.
climbing
I'm
up.
faster.
It's a ladder, buddy. You can't haste on a
I have a
ladder.
climbing speed.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There. Alright, as you see as Daka's catching up to your heel, you start to pick it up. As you, Daka, you see him start to glow with magical particles. And
Wait for me.
suddenly
Oh.
Tigrick
You're
is
lucky
out
I
of
don't
the-
teleport you close to me.
Do it.
I'm not gonna waste it. It's only once per long rest.
Oh, but you'll waste 2 lucky rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He would have
okay,
wasted
yeah.
3 if he didn't.
I would have actually used all 3.
Alright. Yeah, as you come climbing out, Daka, of the hole, you see as Tigrick's standing there, Sieko is just kind of holding the sewer lid and getting ready to start to take off as you climb out, tossing it onto it. Sieko kind of is now halfway down the alley, throwing it almost like a frisbee. Sieko, just give me a dex check to see if the thing lands
We just
properly.
threw it.
He's strong enough. I mean, the thing only weighs 250 pounds. for it.
That's a 6. It definitely does not.
Yeah, as you go to
I-
chuck it, you both Daka and Tiktik watch as as Daka climbs out of the hole just in time, kind of like pulling himself over. Sayako turns like a frisbee and chucks the thing, and it ingrains itself into the side of the hole, and it kind of slightly askewed open. It's impaled into the metal of the side of the sewer, completely gone through it.
That's good enough.
Mission complete.
The realization no one's going to be pulling that thing out anytime soon does not occur.
Yeah.
No, that guy was rude anyway.
Oh man, you just found middle management. What do you expect? All right. Yeah, so as you all start to continue back into the main street following the northern road, it's still around mid-morning at this point. You all are roughly feeling the heat at this point. It's a nice 65, 70 degrees continuing on. Daka's smell seems to give you guys all a bit of a birth of all the locals around you, as no one seems to want to get close to the smelly, sweaty orc.
It seems people are intimidated by my sheer size and prowess.
You smell bad.
Well, you can't smell.
I could smell. It's
I
terrible.
can. I can just turn it off.
Well, Tiktik, your opinions are bad.
That's pretty rude.
I imagine
Damn
Daka
straight.
pulls out the journal to check that, make sure it's right.
You know what? Pulling up Daka's notes, Tiktik cannot smell, and his opinions are bad.
Doc, I've been training for our rematch of rock, paper, scissors. I'm ready.
I don't even remember what this is all about.
It was
You
just a
beat
matter.
me, and I didn't appreciate it.
There was nothing
What?
more to it. Rock, paper, scissors.
It's rock, paper, scissors. It's the legendary game.
What? Well, I'm bringing dynamite.
No, you can't do that.
Well, how about a bug's natural predator, the lizard?
You're gonna bring Goji?
If Caleb showed up right then,
Do the whole little, squeeze Goji to make him birth out fire at you.
God damn it.
Hey, I'm the one that used him as a flamethrower, not you.
As the three of you casually are having this conversation, going back to back with each other, following around, kind of circling around the castle itself, again with these bright glowing blue walls that are just high, tall as hell. As you get closer, you now start to notice these things are almost 50 stories tall. These walls are massive in the inner city, and they seem to be made of an extremely expensive metal or material that you're not familiar with.
is it similar to the chains?
No, not at all.
Okay.
DM, I think I need to take a moment. I need to apologize to Tiktik. I'm sorry, Tiktik, for saying you can't smell. That's very rude, because how would you be able to smell feet if you couldn't smell?
I love how you to correct that.
I had hope for a minute.
What is this feet thing that people keep talking about?
As
Only people don't know that, Clippers.
What I
We all know your foot fetish, Tiktik. We've made a point to mention it, like, every single day.
You keep mentioning feet, and I don't know why.
Or you could be in the closet about your foot liking all you wish. We know the truth.
Check. I don't know what he's.
I'm a very understanding orc.
Help me.
You're called the foot sniffer on your bounty poster.
Am I? I tried to find a poster.
As you look about, you see one of the noble taverns has a wanted board out front, and as you go over, your group's pretty predominant, and it does show a thing of the Monsters 5. None of the images again looking like any of you currently, except for Daka looking almost identical. As Daka really hasn't changed all that much, but Tiktik, as you look through the list, you see yours, and it does say Tiktik, the notorious foot sniffer.
What? What does this mean?
You see
When am I
at the
supposed to
bottom,
think?
it reads in common. It says, "Should be noted, armed and dangerous. Will chop off feet to sniff them."
When
I've
we
never
were
done that before.
Make sure you have strong boots.
when we were fighting in that war, you took a deep inhale next to someone's feet.
I was
and
catching my breath. He hit me
Yes.
hard.
Yeah, someone saw you do it. So
You see
I'm
as
shambles.
this old elf kind of comes walking out, very high, a very old high elf. bright gray hair down to his like lower back, fully still looking very young, but clearly a little bit of wrinkle smile lines. And with body covered in a nice yellow, what looks to be a leather outfit, as well as breeches. He comes out and looks over and looks at Tick Trick and goes, "You!
What?
You killed my son and chopped off his feet."
I've
Someone
chopped
killed
off
the
no
son?
feet.
That's him. He's the foot sniffer.
I've chopped off no feet. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was there at that battlefield. I watched you cut my son down.
But
I didn't expect you to do it for nefarious reasons. He was a warrior, a true warrior. He did not deserve that disgrace. You will answer for this.
is the one he's talking about the one that charmed me?
Yeah.
Hey, that man charmed me. He was
It
very
looks
mean.
very similar. What's up, what are you
That's
saying,
war
Zanko?
for you, Tick Trick.
What do you say? What do you say, Doc?
That's war for you.
No.
That sounds right.
Well, I didn't chop off his feet, but sorry for killing your son. I guess that sucks.
You will answer for that. I will let the guards know you're here, you war criminal. You and your associates shouldn't be allowed to walk free in these towns. You're just nothing but monsters.
Well, they had
Right.
me in chains a
Hey.
little bit ago, and they released me. Very nice.
You'll
Like
hear
my
you'll
ears
hear
open?
from the court guard as he turns and starts walking off towards the castle.
I don't think we're gonna hear from the court card. All right,
Oh,
to the
no,
Northern
yeah.
District.
Why do they have guards protecting basketball courts?
I don't know,
Maybe
but
it's
did you
an
see their
important game.
outfits?
Maybe
They're
it's an
wearing
important
speedos.
A sports guard? Like a coach? A referee?
Maybe.
I think Doc would have really loved the guards' outfits.
Yeah, so Doc, as you're looking about now, seeing this town proper, you do see the guards all walking around. None of them are wearing armor. They also all have like washboard abs and look very fit. Wearing nothing but like brown and like gray speedos amongst them. They seem to be fully in the nude, otherwise carrying their weapons on their sides or their backs with a leather strap at most, and completely covered head to toe in glistening oil.
I assume this city is very well versed in the art of orcish wrestling.
God damn it!
Yeah.
Not
Well,
making-
actually, I've heard they enjoy dwarven boxing here.
You do, as you start continue walking around, you do start to see a couple of dwarven boxing gyms I've set up, and there are a bunch of people training in them.
Has Maznod mentioned dwarven boxing at all?
No, he would not be familiar with the sport.
It's a legendary sport.
What do you know about this sport, Sieko?
No weapons, beat the crap out of each other. That's about all I cared to read.
Oh,
I want to try.
we are on a mission.
Am I?
We
We're
had to
looking-
find
We're
two
looking
people.
for Ghost Emily.
Oh, yes, the slavers. My
Yeah.
apologies.
Gonna say that out loud. Gotcha.
As you are walking around the castle, kind of heading towards the northern district, one of the guards that's passing by on a patrol just stops and goes, "Oh, we don't have slavery here. You're not gonna find. If you're looking to buy slaves, you need to go outside of the city."
We're not buying slaves.
Ah, okay.
Don't worry. I already have the missus. I only know one else. She's a very nice lady.
You committed after already getting broken up with like a month ago.
Well, I have her scale. That's what that means, right?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with dragon marriage.
Neither am I. That's why I don't know. I assume. I wouldn't give someone any old person my scale. I mean, if that's not the case, then I guess I'll have to work for it. But nonetheless, until I'm told otherwise.
I'm just gonna find this.
Let's
number.
continue walking forward.
Yeah, as about another half hour passes of this conversation, you come into the northern district and you see a little shop that looks to have a little like flower depiction on the front of it of some sort of like orangish looking daisy like object. And in the front of the office, in the front of the window, as you guys walk by it, you happen to see an elf that fits the description the man gave you from earlier. Who seems to be working with another customer, what looks to be kind of a taller, maybe dwarf. But what catches your attention is that they're walking around with a strange metallic-looking dog of sorts. You're not 100% sure what the creature is. However, you do note that it seems to be a little bit metallic in nature, as it seems to not really move organically as it walks around. The creature itself, I'm trying to find a picture, one sec.
Robot dog.
Artificer, perhaps.
Rug.
Rog?
Rug.
Rog, the robot dog?
Rug the robot dog.
You know, there we go.
What do you think about this, Mr. Squeakers?
Of this, walking around him.
Oh God, we've seen these before.
Yeah.
Oh,
in the one
In
shot.
Aventium,
In
yeah.
Aventium.
Yeah, I trapped him in a tsunami. It was amazing.
Yeah, you see the dwarven figure seems very pale with very short cropped white hair, almost like a crew cut on top. They seem to kind of have their back turned towards you right now as they are talking to the high elf inside the shop. But you do notice the creature, the metallic looking dog seems to kind of turn and start to bare its teeth towards your guys' directions.
Oh, that's
Mr.
pretty
Squeakers,
Aw.
this dog doesn't look very nice.
That's cute. No, that's cute.
weird. It's interesting. Anyway, I wave at the doggy as we walk by.
All right. Are you guys going to continue down the main road, or are you going to head in the shop?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, is this
This,
the shop?
this is the shop where the elusive slaves are to be
No,
correct.
this is the tavern that we was mentioned earlier.
No, I just know this
Oh.
is the high elf shop that was
This is why he described it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought because you also mentioned the tavern.
Yes, the tavern
in the
from
past.
earlier. That high elf took off towards the castle itself, as I mentioned. He was heading towards to report you guys to the guards, from what you could gather from the conversation.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
All right, who's entering first?
I will.
All right.
I will. No, okay.
Sieko, as you do, you see the creature kind of seems to wind its body kind of around its owner and face its mouth towards you. You see a strange greenish liquid kind of drop onto the ground, melting the floor as it starts to kind of foam a little bit at the mouth. And what you thought was a dwarf kind of turns towards you. He's completely beardless, but uniquely he has about like one green eye and one purple. Being about only 5'5", he's pretty short compared to the rest of you. Roughly about a bastion size is what you kind of amount him to. As well as the high elf standing at the shop, who seems to be very simple in his features. See invisibility does not pick up anything, just as a mention.
If it's ethereal. well.
It is not you as far as it goes.
Okay.
And short dwarf human, you're not sure. Sieko kind of turns to you as he notices his dog is growling at you and your party and goes, hi?
Hello.
I think your dog likes us.
That's to be expected. He doesn't much care for most people.
Kind of foaming at the mouth.
I like the dog. He makes white foam out of his mouth. That's cool.
Well, no, that's acid.
That's cooler.
He looks at each of you and goes, "Who are you lot?" As the little, you're not sure if it's just a short human or what, but this creature definitely, or this person seems a little off, like a halfling of some sort, or a mixed race rather. You do notice the elf isn't talking, as he just seems to be standing over there, about 6'5" very long blonde hair, two little spectacles on his nose, and looks to be wearing like basically some different kinds of plant life all across his body that seems to cover him just enough.
I'm seeing. Oh, hello.
No, I meant what the small a mixed person speaks up again. I meant like who's your group? I mean, obviously you're a group of adventurers. I mean, you know, you're a little too varied to not be.
Well, I mean, we never really gave ourselves a name, but other people call us a lot of things.
Yeah. When I was
I
there,
am
something
Daka of Clan Dakaron. I am the greenest, the bestest, the greatest will
He
ever
casts silence,
exist.
and Daka suddenly mute as he continues to talk to himself, and he hears himself, but no one else hears him around him.
It's like the classical music. It's still in my mind.
I believe we've been referred to as the light.
I'm
before
also
the night.
flexing and like did like bodybuilder poses as I'm
We were
doing
called
this.
the Monstrous Five a few times.
Yeah.
Well, as he
both names.
he heard Tick say that, he looks over and goes, "The Light. I knew a couple of members of a party named the Light. Dermar, Centauri.
Yeah.
Actually, come to think of it," he looks at Tick. "You look kind of familiar. Were you looking? You're not looking for a Maznod, are you? Or what? I think that was his name."
Yes, is he alive? Because that would be really a surprise to me.
No, but we've met before. And he kind of looks at you and goes, "I'm Kalbar Kung Pao.
Nice to meet you,
Oh
Cowboy.
shit!
As I run
That's
the machine shop down in the Southern District. You probably passed by it. The Z with the barbarian bomber on it.
That's cool.
Yeah, we've met before. You came to my lab when I was down in on one of the islands.
Oh, that place with all the crazy dragons and stuff in the forest.
Those are just experiments gone wrong. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. How you doing? It's been a while.
Well, my brother's dead. My nephew's been kidnapped. And my father's been killed.
That is a tough time.
Yeah, it's been a rough year. I'm not gonna lie. To be fair, my father was kind of a dick. He was trying to destroy the world, but my brother didn't deserve what he got. Some random ranger asshole came into his house and killed him, his wife, and just stole his kid. From what we found out when I went to investigate, came back here thinking he'd come up here to try and pawn the kid off.
Well, that's kind of messed up.
Right? Tell me about it. No, and the elf suddenly turns and nods, and as you see a sparkle of magic in front of the elf for a moment, and Calber kind of turns and nods and looks back at you and goes, "And I have had my question answered if he is here. Next place to go is those Goliath lands. That's the only other place I can think to search. If you guys happen to see an asshole by the name of Nick, blonde, carries a bow, real dick of a human being, kill him for me. Okay, I'll give you whatever you want for if you bring me his head."
Noted.
I enjoy fighting. I can do that.
He looks about and he goes, "That bastard's gonna pay. And if I can find that Shogun fella, you see a blue goblin with a crown on his head, make sure to cut him in half."
Isn't he dead?
I don't know. I didn't find a body. So if you happen to
So
see him,
on the news, apparently he suicide bombed himself. So
oh, that world news, I don't trust any of that crap.
well, he was never
Not very
seen.
nice.
Well, it don't mean nothing. If you're a powerful wizard who just killed a powerful wizard, you'd probably want to disappear too, just in case one of his apprentices decides to come hunting you for no reason.
Can't wait. I like showing off.
Hey, each their own. And he kind of nods and goes, "Well, if you don't mind," and he snaps his fingers and the silent spell ends around Daka. He goes,
And that's how you do the hokey pokey.
and he goes, I'll be on my way. Feel free to stop by the shop if you need something. Otherwise, have a good day." And he kind of starts to walk past you and goes to the door. The dog seeming to stay between you guys and him the entire time as he walks to the door and leaves.
Fair enough.
A nice man.
The elf suddenly opens up, or suddenly casts a spell, and you all suddenly hear his voice in your head, each in your native tongue. And he goes, "How may I help you today, good gentlemen?"
I'll be blunt. We were told people we were looking for here.
You're telling me and you. I got no people, nothing about that. I got flowers.
Oh, I smell lizard.
I don't know how you can smell anything given the...
I'm asking you, DM.
Oh, give me a perception check.
I just put 100,000 gold in the counter.
Oh, that's a natural 1 for a 5.
You smell yourself. You smell fucking awful. Give me a con save at disadvantage.
Hey, Hunter, you're confirming what you said earlier, that you do smell bad.
Yeah,
There
give me
you
a
go.
con save at disadvantage. Let's see what you got.
18.
It makes you gag a little bit, Daka, but
Don't
not.
keep
But
the
you
smell
keep it down
from
as
himself.
and you don't admit that the smell is from you, as you're able to
No,
kind of keep
Hunter.
it.
Hunter, don't forget 23.
Yeah, you.
Oh, 23 because of you, Sieko. That's correct.
Ah, yeah. As you still gagging at the smell of yourself, you manage to keep it in to where it makes it look like you're not smelling yourself, and it doesn't look like to anybody outside or like it's not paying direct attention to you that you're noticing your own scent. But Daka, you realized, yeah, you stink really badly.
A manly musk has returned.
Man, like I say, as Sieko drops 100,000 gold coin on his desk, he looks at it and goes, "I'm sorry, I only sell flowers. I don't
Since
sell."
when did we get 100,000 gold pieces, by
He has
the
a
way?
vault.
I have like 500 million.
Oh,
Because
gotcha.
The vault has
We
money.
have-
I want to take this time because if I'm correct, the orb did the orb when I attuned to it get absorbed into me or no?
No.
No. Okay. I just want to look at my orb to see if I can figure out anything about it while this is all going on.
It reappears and is floating around you again. And then you all see as the elf kind of reacts and goes, I definitely don't sell. I don't know anything about no lizard folk or anything else about whatever that is, but I can tell you right now, he's bad news."
I'd like to insight his thing with lizard folk.
His eyes go wide. Go ahead and give me an
We
insight
never
check.
said anything about lizard folk.
We didn't. I just said we were looking for people. That's a 13. Only didn't be like, I didn't mention a lizard folk.
I've had 4 people come in asking about it. Some Goliath gentleman was here just not less than 10 minutes ago asking about him. I figured he said something about a couple of people showing up that looked weird. I assumed it was you lot, but he kind of looks about. I really don't want. You really need to leave my store. Not that I got an issue. I only sell flowers, but that gentleman over there, as he kind of nods to Daka, needs to be out of my store.
DM, I cast locate creature.
Mysterious orb. What do you do?
Give me an Arcana check.
Arcana check. Locate
No,
creature.
not you, Sieko Daka. I'm just looking.
Oh, we're talking to the orb.
You know what? I'm gonna use my last remaining piece thing of lucky on this.
Please roll lower.
You know what?
That'd be funny.
Wouldn't it? All right, that'll be a 13.
13. The orb doesn't seem to show any changes in it, as it just seems to circle you. It's just floating
Fine.
around your midriff.
Keep your secrets, then I'll figure you out eventually. Then I will learn the secrets of the souls.
Very ominous.
You don't locate any creature. There's nothing else other than, from what you can tell, even from your passive perception of tremor sense, there's no one else other than you lot and this person, and then an inventory full of bowls in the back that you can feel.
I'm gonna ask the orb. Where are the lizard ladies that we are searching for? See if that does anything.
Oh, there's dice.
You all see as Daka suddenly turns into a female lizard folk, and the elf goes, "All right, I admit it. There's your lizard folk," as he points to Daka.
Okay,
Does it
no.
look like the one we're looking for?
Oh, 100%.
All right,
It looks exactly like Goji's mother from the painting.
No,
as,
no, I'm not
Daka's.
Fulgrim. He's done that before.
And he goes, "Listen, I don't sell people. This city doesn't allow slavery. I don't take coin for slavery. I don't do slavery. I sell flowers."
Mysterious orb. Does he sell people?
Why is the orc who just turned into a lizard folk woman suddenly talking to the air?
He has an item that answers all questions.
Okay. At
What
this point,
flowers do you sell?
oh, he looks up at Tick Drick and goes, "Finally, a reasonable question of this."
People? Question mark.
It's
No,
He goes, "Listen, I sell Felsel. I've got something called the Tears of the Lady. I've got Foxglove, Crystal Rose, Balsam, Firethorn, Crocus, Daisy. I've got some sort of cinnamon thing that is used to make this spicy liquor. What are you looking for? I got moonflowers, I've got Bowen's flowers, I got Nerium, orchid, passion vines, poppies, powder puffs, daisies, elderberries, euphorbiums, fever balm, frost roses, thelmallows, tickies, honeysuckles, undead blood roses, wax flowers, ylangs, lilacs, jasmine." What you
What's
look
your
way in the
favorite
market
flower?
for? My favorite flower. That's a difficult one. I'm not gonna lie.
Is it a green flower?
he just kind of stops and stares at the female lizard folk standing in front of him, or a few feet in front of him. No. And he looks over and
It's
continues.
Not the best flower.
And he pulls out a flower and sets it on the in front of you. And as you look over, it seems to have a very leafy bottom to it, with a very thin stalk and a couple of like blue, like almost like a blue rose is slowly starting to unbind, but yet looks to be like it's fully bloomed. As he puts it on the table, and goes, "This is the lady's tear. It is found in the coastal swamps of the north of the Hill Dwarven lands and the Drow lands, only in the coldest parts of the lands. Only grows once a year, and can only grow in 1 to 2 blooms, meaning there's only 2 of them usually at max in the area. They, on average, go for around 5,000 gold pieces per flower. They are immune to being burned, and basically allow you to summon ghosts, which is quite helpful if you're trying to speak with your compatriots that have passed on.
Why is it your favorite? Is it for that reason?
It's representative of the god that we descend to as elves. The lady was the Lady of Time, you may be familiar with, before the beast became a god. Long way back when our people descended from her. So I figure if I worship it or treat it well, it in a sense will be a way of treating my goddess well.
Orb, show me that guy. And I point to the elf.
Oh no.
The orb suddenly shows you an image of the elf in front of you.
Damn.
And he
It's
goes,
inconsistent.
I'd like to
Show
buy
me
that.
Daka of Clan Dakaron. Me, myself.
And I?
Daka suddenly turns back into his normal form.
Yes!
Back to his base orc form.
Oh, no beard.
Wait.
Before you look now exactly like how you did before you joined up with this adventuring group.
Not my 13-inch beard!
Gone.
The man looks about and goes, "Now, can I help you with anything else? Are you here to buy a flower, or are you here to
yes,
move on?"
I'd like to buy that flower.
All right, I got one in the back for about 5,000 GP, but due to the rarity and the fact that this year's bloom was interrupted by that, well, the last customer's father, as he put it, there's only about 3 left on the continent right now. So normally, while I'd offer it to you for 5,000, I'm going to say it's going to go up to 8,000 for due to the scarcity.
We do 7,500.
Roll a persuasion check.
I'm good for those.
I hope
16.
He looks, he goes, "No."
Okay, I'll do 8,000.
He nods and he as he holds out his hand for the gold as he pushes the pot forward. It's as you look at it, it is definitely the full flower. It's there's no illusion on it from what you can tell. The flower has a nice, slightly icy scent to it, like a very cold wind, but with a almost rose-like aroma to it, just a little bit more sharp to the senses. And as you're kind of like coming close to it, Tictric, you feel a cold breeze come off the flower slightly. Not enough to like give you to make you feel fully cold, but like chill on the face on the very balmy day.
How do you said it can show you ghosts? How
Yes.
do you do that?
So after you wash it, not wash it, water it for about 10 days. Upon that, you can make a request to the flower. All you need is some sort of arcane catalyst, or if you have the ability to speak with undead, you can cast it on this. It lets you get around that law that Logolthus made, because you can speak to the souls of the dead instead of their bodies. It just doesn't summon them back to the mortal plane, unfortunately. And as far as summoning the ghost, I guess it just appears there for the time and then goes back, is my understanding.
Okay.
And he goes, "I hope you wrote that down because I'm not giving you instructions on how to deal with your own flower."
Write it down.
As he looks about and goes, "Now, can I help any of the rest of you with any flowers?"
Well, you need flowers. I'm good.
I like lemons.
I don't sell lemon trees, unfortunately. However, the cousin of the ruler here does have a nice little lemon grove in the central courtyard.
Do you have any lemon-flavored flowers?
No.
How about green flowers?
He pulls out a plant, and it's just Doc, as you see, it seems to be a very short, stubby plant that seems to have very wide green leaves all about it, sticking out. It looks to have a couple of other little smaller versions of itself all kind of surrounding it, and he goes, "Here, on the house.
Is it a flower?
It'll flower."
Will the flower be green?
He snaps his finger and goes, "Yep."
Thank you.
All right, feel free to add a mother hen and 3 chicks to your other inventory.
And what was the name of that flower, by the way?
The ladies' tier. For reference, what that flower is based off of, I'm just gonna do me both a favor here. There we go.
I guess we're done here.
Mr.
Yeah.
Squeakers, do you want anything?
I mean, Goji's not here. I don't care enough to argue with this guy, even though I know he's a slaver.
Your clockwork rat is nowhere to be seen, Daka.
Where's my rat? Where's my clockwork rat?
The elf looks and goes, "You let a rat loose in here? Are you fucking goddamn not again? God, where's Mr. Whiskers? You little fat flippin' cat! I don't pay you for nothing!" And he starts yelling, and you hear a thump, thump,
He's made of machinery.
and the thumping continues to get louder.
Oh, it sounds like a big cat.
And as the door starts to creak behind the elf, you see as it pops open, and this like 5 foot tall on all fours saber-toothed cat comes walking in, very thickly muscled, well maintained, and
Doc,
it is
I'm sorry.
there's a little you see a little copper tail sticking out of its mouth.
Oh,
You.
I'm gonna back up.
Give me back my mouse rat cluck thingy.
Been doing business with you, and I will step out of the store.
He looks on and goes, all right.
Fight it.
He goes, "That's not a combat mount. I don't know. He's just here. He's a mouser."
I want to fight it.
He looks at you and goes, "You attack this, and you know it. I'm gonna summon the guards down here, and you're gonna be kicked out of the city or executed, right?"
I want my rat back.
You watch as the saber-tooth looks up at you and sucks the tail in and swallows. Doc, are you gonna charge the creature?
Yes, absolutely enraged. I'm raging, by the way. This man ate my rat. This
well,
creature ate my rat. I'm going in.
I'm gonna say like,
I've been slighted.
it's not my fight anymore. As I'm gonna walk away.
All right. Give me a second to grab.
His wild magic goes off, by the way, for your ages.
Yes, I do. My wild magic does go off.
Yeah, give me a minute. I got like 100 things I gotta update. You gotta give me a sec. You know. All right.
Welcome, Goji.
Yes. Let me get a 2D100s, please.
The first one is a 14, and the second one is a 95.
Alright. Nothing happens. You just seem to go into a rage.
Nice.
As you start getting angrier and angrier, you watch as the man takes his reaction and casts Calm Emotions to calm your rage, which I don't remember if that actually will work, because he doesn't know.
Daka, just walk towards him menacingly for a whole minute.
Shut up. So I need a Christmas saving throw from Daka.
All right, let me read something really quick. Melee action take damage or fail a saving throw while raging. You can use your reaction to roll on the wild magic table and immediately produce the effect. All right, great. So if I fail this, maybe. You said a Christmas saving throw or
Correct.
Christmas check?
Charisma saving throw.
That'll be a 9.
You can join, Goji. That's fine. I don't mind. We'll get you to you in a sec. Don't worry. That'd be a 9? Alright.
Yes.
Yeah, as your rage goes off, you immediately feel calmer again, Daka. Give me 2D100s.
I bet he did anticipate that.
I'm more concerned about what this could. Oh no.
63 and 28. Time for Daka's refined rage.
Daka,
I'm not
as-
angry, I'm just disappointed.
Let me ask Daka, who are you mad at?
The Sabretooth.
You watch as the Sabretooth disappears in front of your eyes. Tiktrick, as you hear Daka yell, and as you're standing outside, you can see the Sabretooth. It's been turned invisible and looks very confused as it seems to be looking about, like trying to figure out where it is.
Where are you? I'll find you.
Man,
He's right there, Daka. He was invisible.
Smell you.
It turned purple.
It did?
The elf continues and goes, "Again, I'm asking you, please leave my shop."
I want my rat, and then I'll leave your shop.
Look, Daka, we can get you a new rat. It's okay.
No!
Fine.
No,
He looks over and goes, "Fine. All right, Mr. Whiskers, drop it." And you hear like gagging for a minute, and then you hear a mechanical thump as something wet and liquidy hits the ground, becomes uninvisible, and the rat is sitting there, completely covered
Oh,
in
hello there,
stomach acid.
Mr. Whiskers. Mr. Squeakers, come here. Come here. Come right here.
Crawls back into your pants and hides.
Oh, hello there, Mr. Squeakers. I missed you very much. Well, thank you, sir. Have a very great day.
I hope you have a terrible day, honestly.
Oh, that's so kind of you to say. My little cousin always used to tell me that. Brings back memories.
Guy just looks at you perplexed. As you exit the shop, catching up to Sieko and Tiktrick, who are now standing out in the middle of the street, you all see as Goji comes walking up the street, as some guards seem to kind of be watching him, not really doing anything. Goji, you having spent your time practicing your evasiveness, you see as you headed out as one of the last members, seeing Bastion staying back there before you left, or after you were leaving. But as you headed off on your own, it's taken you a bit of time to get here. After a request at one of the local towns that you passed by, they managed to teleport you here almost instantaneously, finding yourself in one of the small wizard towers that had been set up. They didn't seem to charge you and just let you through without any questions into the city from the wizard tower that had been set up specifically for doing trade from long distance. As you come out, getting some asking a couple of the guards about if any lizard folk had been seen. One of them seems to, one of the shadier ones, noting that all of them seem to be fully fit, washboard abs, very muscular, wearing no armor minus either a gray or brown speedo. Even the females being in the same case, all of different races, covered head to toe in nothing but oil, glistening in the light, and carrying weapons on their either back or hips. As one of the shadier ones seemed to tell you that there was a slave trader in the northern part of town who specialized in acquiring unique goods, and that would be your best bet to go to. So as you taking this hint with a grain of salt and having no other leads headed that direction, and as you coming into the northern road, you see as Sieko and Tiktrick standing in the middle road, and out comes Daka out of the shop that you recognize the sign from the guard who told you about this place.
Oh, what were y'all doing here?
We're looking for your family.
Oh, very appreciated. Sorry, I bumped my head on something. I kind of forgot.
Okay. Is Daga's rat injured?
No.
No, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You wish harm upon my...
No, I was asking if it was injured because there's a person we can go to fix it. If it was injured.
I can fix it myself, thank you very much. He's
Oh, okay. Well, Goji, we checked. This guy only sells flowers, apparently.
That's
I still don't believe him.
that's kind of useless considering.
I think, Tiktrick, I think you should burn down this building while I
Why?
stand far away.
I will not do that.
Goji, I think you should burn down this building while I stand very far away.
Goji, don't do that.
Now, I get close to Daka, like, so I can whisper to him. I don't like these people as much as you probably at the moment, but I think you and I both can understand. Burning down this building would only be a temporary happiness.
Understand what?
Burn down building and not good for long.
Well, it's the happiness in the moment that really counts.
Yes,
Oh,
but
you're
do you want to start off the entirety of the city's guards?
That would just be a very nice fight now, wouldn't it? Now that you say that,
Then you do it. I'll be
actually,
walking over there.
you've given me something to think about, Goji.
You know what,
Thank you very
Daka?
much.
Daka, ask yourself. Do you think Sieko could take on this entire city by himself?
I don't know.
Because if the answer is not yes, we probably shouldn't do it.
Why not?
Can you hit Sieko?
Maybe.
Because I barely can. These people look stronger than me. I don't think we hit.
I don't know if they're stronger than you. I mean, they're naked. I mean, they might have magic speedos. But I don't know.
And I ain't that magic that I want made now.
Magic Speedo.
There
I
is
have
a
an
magic speedo in my world somewhere.
I'm gonna
I
steal
have
one of these guys'
but I
magic
have a more
speedo.
common magic speedo I require made later.
All right. Well,
You know what? I'm gonna send off my magic awareness.
Oh,
As an action, you can open up your awareness to the presence of concentrated magic until the end of your next turn, either the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet of you that isn't behind total cover.
so all the guards immediately flare off as giving off 9th level spell slots. Each of them having some the body oil they're wearing seems to be a magic item individually, to the same caliber as a 9th level spell. Most of their gear otherwise looks to be either, from what your magic gives off, is either +1 to +3, nothing higher than that. However, there isn't a single guard that you notice that passes by you in those few moments that has anything less than that. You get an extremely powerful sense off the door that was behind the elf in the shop, just literally a few feet in front of you. That was giving off a lot of magic. You're unsure what kind of magic it is.
Well, it will tell me the school of magic it belongs to.
Oh, that makes this easier. Give me a second.
conjuration.
No, give me a second. I've just got. If I can spell today, that does help. Give me a one. I am limited to my spelling capabilities in these unfortunate times.
So am I. Do not worry.
There we go. Yeah, so from what you can tell, the magical school it gives off, from what you are gathering is illusion, as well as behind, or not behind the door, but rather the plant that Tiktrick is currently holding. Currently gives off. Let me grab the spell name here. Transmutation.
Oh, he's turning people into flowers.
I'm gonna relay that to
Oh God.
party.
How strong of a spell is it? Can Daka tell?
No, it looks like the spell was cast on the object. It's not currently. It can't seem to go permanently though. It doesn't It's not continuously going rather.
In that.
I'd like to try to dispel it.
Sure. Just you gonna use dispel magic?
Yep.
Give me a sec. Let me find. It's funny how common I have to look up this spell specifically. All right. What level are you casting at?
Just third.
Okay. I need you to give me your spell or a check for it based on your spellcasting ability.
It's a charisma roll. Yep.
Okay.
No, it's 12. No, I rolled poorly.
This man's selling plants with transmutation on
You
them.
cast dispel and the flower stays the same.
Transmutation flowers? That's strange.
Please Remind
Well,
me what is the
I'd like to
invitation?
You
Can
know,
I
I
try
guess
and-
I guess that's
Let's see.
DM. I get is that why when I got a plant, you told me to add a hen and 3 chicks?
No, mother hen and 3 chicks is an actual plant. That's an actual flower, dude.
Wait,
I would
really?
like to
Yeah,
try
look
and
up
talk
Mother
to
Hen.
the flower.
Can't you suck the magic out of it to turn the spell off, Tick Trick?
Oh yeah, that might kill the person though if it may make them permanently the flower. I'd try talk to the flower and see if that does anything.
Okay.
Telepathy.
What are you gonna
A
say? In
witch
what
message.
language?
Oh, is anybody there? And I will try all the languages I know if
Which-
I don't get a response from any of them.
Okay, give me a second to look at your languages.
It's common, giant, sylvan, thieves' can, orcish.
Nope, nothing seems to respond.
Well, I could try and suck the magic out of it.
Imagine if you suck it out and they, the magic leaves, but they also die.
Yeah,
No,
that's what I
And
said.
then, and then the guard sees you just pull a dead body out of nowhere.
You want to do it in a dark alley?
You could
Okay.
just do it away from me. I'm okay with that.
Dark Alley with Daka. Go.
Okay, come here, Daka.
Don't worry, I'll eat the evidence.
No, don't eat people.
Say a word.
I will eat the evidence.
The
It's what
guard's
I
passing
do.
by goes, "What evidence? Is there something? Can I help you, citizen?"
The evidence of my excellent baking, which I've already consumed.
Carry on. He turns and walks off. You hear as he's walking by, he goes, "That dude's a famous baker. Maybe we'll get a new bakery shop." And the other guy goes,
Yeah.
"My wife's been looking for some orcish cookies. Maybe." They continue on as they walk into their
But yeah.
Mama Dakaron's bakery.
I guess I will go ahead and reload the Megadetzer with a fresh empty bottle and the 30 charges. Then
Sorry, say that again.
I'll go ahead and put a fresh bottle on the mana condenser
Okay.
and put the flower down and go ahead and try and suck the magic out of it.
Give me a D100 roll for this.
Okay. I'd say 40.
Okay. You all, as you kind of head off into one of the side alleys across the street, kind of going behind one of the shops where it's a little darker, given it's midday and now 85 degrees and balmy with no clouds in the sky. But as you look about, no one's back here and there are no doorways into the back, so you feel yourselves pretty safe back here. As you pull out your item, Ticktrick, and start kind of moving it about in different directions around the plant, minutes go by, and you no longer sense the spell there. The plant remains.
And is there any mana in the gun?
Yeah, as you look at your mana sponge, it is about an eighth of the way filled up.
Maybe it was a true polymorph spell.
I think they're permanently a flower now.
I mean, usually if you dispel true polymorph, it's supposed to turn them back, but you kind of didn't dispel it. You just sucked the magic out.
If
Yeah.
true polymorph goes for more than an hour, it can't be dispelled.
No, it can't be dispelled. It can.
It can be dispelled. That is how true by word works. We have to concentrate for an hour.
And after that hour, you can still get dispelled and turn back into your original form.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Well.
after the hour, it's just permanent until dispelled.
That was a bust.
Well, if it was a person, it's now not.
Flower.
How do you feel?
I don't know.
Dooming someone to be a plant for the rest of their life,
It
if
could
that's
have
the
also-
case.
With your
Not
guys'
been a flower.
passive perception, you will notice the area around you is starting to warm up slightly, and it seems to be emanating from your party mate Goji.
Goji, you getting hot again? God damn it.
I turned to the store.
Oh no.
Oh, is it because he's getting angry?
As Goji walks back around the corner into the street.
Goji, if your family is one of the plants, you might burn them.
Are the plants outside or are they inside? the
They're
store?
they're behind like a
Inside.
locked door.
Mhm.
He has a back room.
Can someone please accompany me before I do something stupid?
I think you should do it. I said to do it before, didn't
Listen
I?
to him. Don't listen to him.
All right, Tick Trick, you're the moral compass of the party. You're close to
Oh, shit.
with him.
Sicko
Why am I
and
more
Daka
compass?
kind of just start watching them. I'm gonna start watching them.
Yes. Yes. Burn. Burn it all.
No.
I really want to set the world
Daka, if you
on fire.
Hush, Daka. God damn it.
You're an arsonist there, Daka?
What?
You're an arsonist?
Only when I want to be.
If Daka
Oh,
causes chaos,
okay. Well, guys, what do we want to do? Do we want to just like steal a bunch of flowers?
I'm already inside the store.
Oh,
Goji just
who
heads
was
over
wa- who
across
was
the
watching
store.
Goji?
oh, Grumpy.
Oh, I was listening to Daka's song.
Tick Trick's still
Mis-
staring at Daka's
Mr.
singing.
Mr. Orb, can you pull out a? Can you create a lawn chair?
Suddenly a couch appears behind Daka. A nice
That'll
wet,
do.
red, fluffy couch.
What's
You
the
know-
building?
That'll work. I'll just sit
down
and watch the building.
Sieko, from what you can tell, the building was made of a solid stone on the outside, but the back area seemed to, you're not sure, but it definitely didn't look to be brick. It looked to be pretty solid, though. But the outside of the building is definitely full brick and mortar.
We could try and blackmail him. Because we know what the flowers are.
I could dimension door into the back room.
Meanwhile, while the party's considering what's going on, Goji, as you walk into the store, the 6'5" elf with very plain features, glasses, long blonde hair, wearing what looks to be like a mix of plant foliage all across him. That seems to act as a covering more than anything, as his armor or clothes, if you want to call it. He looks over at you. As he kind of standing there petting a 5-foot tall saber-toothed cat. Casually, that is fully invisible, that you cannot currently see, unfortunately. And he looks over at you as you just hear this loud purring and goes, can I help you, good sir?
I will.
And you hear this in your head.
Okay, I will keep the body temperature I'm currently at, but I will not increase any further.
Okay.
I will approach slowly and pull out the picture of my mother and point it towards him.
Okay.
Hi, I am looking for this person. She is very dear to me. Have you seen her? Guard said that he noticed or saw her or a group of people similar to her recently in this area.
He looks at you from up and down, and then continuing speaking in your head, he goes, you're the first lizard folk I've seen today.
I'm rolling insight.
Okay. Feel free.
He's only seen flowers.
Only seen
Give Goji a minute.
Damn, I want to put on my lucky goggles, which are just my goggles with a blue tinted glass, and I want to see if I can see anything special through them. My lucky goggles. The last time I put those on, I made a castle move.
Give me a perception check. Goji, with that insight of 16, you can't tell if he's lying or telling the truth. He seems to, because he's not moving his mouth and doesn't seem to be reacting anyway. You're not familiar enough with elves to know if he's lying to you outright or if he is telling the full truth.
There's a natural one with a 5. Or a 5.
Daka, you can see you fully can see right now as you're looking across the street at the building. The vines around the elf completely disappear, and you can see him fully just in the nude, standing there now.
Well, I mean, whatever
X-ray
floats his
goggles.
boat, I guess. I mean, I'm not one to judge. I sometimes too like to walk around commando, as they say.
What'd you say, Tick Trick?
X-ray goggles.
Yep. I'll give Goji a second since he's muted himself. So.
I mean, Psycho, that's maybe an idea, but you might trigger some traps or something.
I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I just don't care.
All right, welcome back, Goji.
Please, sir, I really, I need at least something. You haven't seen her, haven't heard anything about any recent lizard folk recently coming around this area.
If you're looking for information, best place you got, as he continues talking in your head, is probably the Two Raven Tavern down in the Southern District. A lot of adventurers come through there. They'll probably tell you of any lizard folk in the area.
You're a wizard, correct? You worked in magic?
He looks at you and goes, "No, I'm a druid. But yes, I work in magic, nature magic."
That's
Okay.
pretty obvious. He deals in plants.
I wanted to ask, because I heard it recently. Could you tell me what transmutation is?
From my understanding, he looks about, or he kind of contemplates for a second as he, seems to stop petting, his, the loud purring creature that you can't currently see. And he takes a minute and he goes, transmutation is at School of Magic from my understanding. There are plenty of spells there, but I'm no expert in it. If you're looking for a book, I recommend the library in the central district where the castle is. It is open to the public if you are interested. There are also wizards there who study that you might be able to ask further. My druidic experience is more along the lines of wild shape intending to the grove I manage.
Well, at least thanks for something. You have a wonderful day. I will then say in Draconic. Is there anybody here?
As you say
Maybe
that,
I-
okay.
Don't we literally have a druid at our home base?
Yes.
We do.
We have a very high level druid at our home base.
As you say this, he responds in your head in Draconic, going, I'm right here. What are you talking? I mean, my Sabretooth is invisible because the flippin' orc decided to turn her invisible. Mr. Whiskers, damn it.
Did the orcs turn invisible?
Is it possible for Sieko to bring our? I believe it's Horv is the druid, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Could we bring him here and see if he can see anything about the plants?
I mean, it's a 2-week trip back to base.
We don't have any like quick teleportation methods.
I can only teleport like that once a day, so I'd have to go there, wait a day, and then come back. I can only cast that level of teleport once with the amount of charges on the ring.
Gotcha.
I mean, if Jack wants to try and do that.
Well, remember that one time I made a gate with my mind?
Please not again.
Well,
You had
see,
help with that.
No, not the second time I did it. So if I think really hard about my home base, and I think about how I did the gate spell, then it was theoretically I should be able to bring us back, right?
We don't really want to go back right now.
Well, if I could bring Horv here, hop through and hop back.
You know, Doc, think really hard about bringing Horv to us.
As they start thinking about this,
You know what? That's a better idea.
Goji, as your... Don't you talk over the DM, I will mute you. Don't you try me. No, you're good though. As far as it goes, yeah, Goji, as you say this though, nothing happens. Are you gonna stay in the store or no?
I'll begin raising my body temperature and leave again.
Okay. As you do, you hear one last whisper from the elf go in your head. Go, I recommend getting that checked out. You seem to have a heat temperature issue.
It's a birth defect. Worry not.
As the door
Would you
closes.
like to see it firsthand? I'm kidding. No.
Yeah, as the door closes, as you leave the store, he just ignores you and goes back to playing with what looks to be some sort of invisible creature.
I head over to the party. where I last saw them, at
As you
least.
come across the street, you see as Sieko and Tick are talking. Sieko seems to be very much eyeing up the building, the flower shop, and you see Daka kind of chilling on a couch, kind of sprawled out.
You know, I want to do the
Glasses
thinking
on.
man pose as I'm trying to bring Horb here teleporting.
Give me 2 D100s. God damn it, Daka, no.
Yeah.
Daka, yes! Daka, yes! 88 and 24.
And your party banned to another fucking plane of existence. 24th the second.
It's not the first time.
It will never be the last.
So Daka, who are you currently looking at?
Who's in front of me? I guess Goji, technically.
Goji, as you're walking forward across the street, expecting your party to be like, waiting for you to figure out what to do next. Suddenly you smack face first hard into something that is solid in the middle of the street, yet there's nothing there.
Ooh.
I reach out, try and touch whatever's in front of me.
You feel a solid wall.
Oh.
You okay over there, Goji?
There is now a permanent wall of force between Daka and Goji at all times. The two cannot interact with each other any longer.
I press, like, try and push onto it.
It moves forward.
I keep pushing.
It continues to move towards you all, and as you come close right up into the alleyway, it seems to stop suddenly as you can't get any closer, as Daka seems to be about 10 feet in front of you. As well as the rest of your party.
I don't know much about magic, but the air is hard.
To bring Horb here! Silence!
The wall suddenly changes to an H. It does not move and does not let you pass by Goji. It still feels solid, but it's in the shape of an H if you could see it from seeing visibility.
What the heck? That's weird.
Big capital H blocking the way of Goji into the alleyway right now.
The wall. The air is hard.
I don't know if you're making walls, not bringing Horb here.
How would you know?
I can
Grumpy?
see
Are
it.
you the one casting magic?
No.
I am.
It's hard. I'm going to go away from Daka.
All right. Well, any direction in particular?
I mean, what's down this dark alleyway?
More alleyway. It's empty. There's literally nothing down here. That's why you guys chose this area.
There's an alley in the alleyway, Titrick. Surprising, right?
All right, let's go further in the alleyway. Why not?
No, continue walking down the alleyway. You're kind of following it north. It's pretty much like the main road. Doesn't seem to be much of a difference other than the fact that it's unpaved and unwalked. You pass by a bunch of the backs of buildings, and yeah, nothing's there.
Is there any more sewers? Like sewer
Nope,
grates?
not in this part of the town. It looks like.
Yeah.
As you leave the rest of your party behind, Sieko, Goji, and Daka, what are you all doing?
I'm DMing you what I'm doing.
Okay. Goji and Daka.
I mean, truth be
I'm-
told, I still need to figure out what the heck this orb is before I can really, start to use it, so... I need to continuously keep using it, trying to figure it out.
Alright. Goji?
I'm gonna text you what I'm thinking.
Okay. It's always concerning.
So many secrets.
Oh man, that's just a dick move, bro.
Gotta do what I gotta do.
Alright, well, it fails, so. Or it succeeds, so. Spell succeeds. The you see in the shop, it looks like nothing seems to be different at this point.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cast like 5 times. There's 5 little swarms just kind of hanging out in that back area, and then I'm just gonna leave.
He's in the front of the store right now, the Sabretooth.
I'm aware,
Okay.
but they will seek it out, and I can see the back.
Alright. Yeah, alright.
And they are now there forever, because that's how the spell works. I'm just gonna leave.
Alright, as you turn and start to catch up with Tick, who's then heading north up the alleyway. Daka and Goji. Goji still typing. Daka, any thoughts?
I mean, all I want to do is just figure out this orb.
Okay. Give me. What are you gonna do to try and figure it out?
Look into my soul, I guess. Try to look more into the attunement side of it. I want to see if I can maybe figure it out that way.
Okay. Give me an Arcana
'Cause if-
check with advantage.
That'll be a 20.
You needed that 20. I see that
I
advantage
did.
roll. You have no idea. The orb doesn't seem to give off any magic that you can recognize. It doesn't seem to want to connect to you like other items have in the past when you've attuned to them. The orb seems to have its own mentality about it, as if it's judging you almost.
Mr. Orb, tell me what you want.
I mean, it's up to you, Goji, as far as it goes. You got to make a decision on that. Your thought process isn't wrong, but I'm not going to give much more than that. That's up to the player, the individual player. Doc, as you say this, okay. Nothing happens.
It's okay. I'll ask again later. Take your time.
Patrick Star.
It's okay, Rocky.
So I need to ask you, DM, because the only spell I have access to, with what it says, from where it's from, I turn into my original form.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to figure out, because based on how I've been running it, I've been able to basically just change into something else. Does shape change allow me to basically change my race?
No, it's only
Temporary.
creatures. So other monsters you could imitate Sieko. You could imitate Tiktrick. Sorry, not Tiktrick, because Tiktrick is recognized. His race is recognized.
They are recently
Yeah,
recognized.
so in your situation, it would have to be a monster that's non-construct or undead that you've seen. But that's about the only limitation.
Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind for when I want to have a sparring match with Sieko. I'll just become Sieko, but
You won't
no,
gain his
I-
stats. You're just gonna look like Sieko. Keep that in mind.
Meaning, I'm gonna beat your ass even harder because I'm gonna know your weak points.
Actually, let me-
Become Daka.
you're not a monster. You're a
regu-
sentient race.
Yeah. Magic laws are a finicky thing in this world, which no player has decided to try and figure out where they come from. So,
Yeah,
I'll just head over to.
The champions of Pirates make the laws of magic because obviously they decide what this spell can affect or not.
maybe.
Well,
Goji, you're gonna where are you heading?
I'm gonna go over to where Sieko and Tiktrick went because they're smarter than me, so clearly they must have a plan.
All right, as you seeing that Doc is still thinking and talking to nothing, you kind of back up a step and head around the other side of the building and manage to get past that without the wall force blocking you as you catch up with the rest of them. Doc,
Well.
you are the last one left on the couch, just kind of standing there staring across from the shop. You do notice the elf is now staring at you.
That's fine. I'm gonna stay here.
Okay.
well, guys, what's the plan?
I might have to teleport and go get Horv.
You can ask him if he knows Horv. Druids are like that.
The orb
Well-
sent me red letters before, but where are the red letters now?
I do want to say, I was brought here by a wizard tower. We could possibly see if they will allow you to go to and from.
How far away is the wizard tower?
Southern District is what you recall, Goji. It's maybe like an hour walk from where you're at currently.
About an hour walk south.
I
Guess that's the best we got.
mean, I guess.
Alright.
I mean, how close can it teleport me back to base?
You don't know.
Um,
Goji's
From-
basically managed to get from a town he was passing. Or he happened to stop by a town on the way here. Town that wasn't on any maps and didn't really have any names. So
It was a small little town. Honestly, I don't remember seeing it ever. So I don't know how much help it would be, but it would be a lot closer than running.
I mean, if I cast teleport, I could appear in the base. I just won't be able to come back till tomorrow.
Hmm. This is a predicament. We could go take that guy's advice and go see what they've been suggesting when they check out for more lizard folk. Go to that tavern that adventure is like. Better than nothing.
You know he's lying. Okay.
Hey, you know.
I also don't think adventurers would much like us, considering our last, or at least my last memorable time of us walking into a tavern.
Well, it was an empty tavern.
Okay, we'll go ask the person the guy mentioned, even though I know he has the slaves. It's fine.
Yeah. As you all of a sudden kind of turn around and start heading back down south to the southern district, and you pass the two ravens from earlier. As you continue heading that direction, about 10 minutes pass, and as you come within about 10 feet of Daka Goji, again, you are stopped by a wall of force. Suddenly, as the rest of the party continues on.
Does it like just appear out of nowhere? Or is it like it's around there?
It is permanent, and it does, yes, until dispelled.
No, I'm just asking like from a visual
You can't
standpoint. Like
dispel. I want to say you can't dispel Wall of Force.
you just need to disintegrate it.
You disintegrate.
I am just reading what the thing says. It says permanent wall of force springs into existence right between the caster and the target. The wall is as large as the environment allows, up to a maximum of the caster's casting level. If the caster is also the target, the wall starts in front of the caster and goes in a straight line all the way the caster is looking. The caster will continue to have a wall following or being between them to the DM selection of distance between them and the target. And the last part, in my own flavor, as I mentioned, for this part, is it does just continue to appear. You can dispel it though, from what you can tell, as it's not a proper wall of force spell. It is
Golden
wild
Towel,
magic.
damn it! Punch the wall.
Huh?
I scream out in Draconic, Golden Towel, damn it, as I punch the wall.
Alright, as you slam your fist on the wall, you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage to your hand. Daka continuing sitting on his couch as Sieko and Tick pass by him.
You know what? Can I? I'm just gonna stay here, but can I start reading that soul book that I also have? I want to understand it more.
Sure. Yeah, give me an intelligence check.
I want to learn the souls.
Daka, just like a homeless man, is plopped down in the middle of an alleyway and started reading.
12.
12, okay.
One day.
Yeah, as you're reading it, word's still too big for you. You're still learning. You're still translating.
Tell me your secrets.
Go-
Leo Ara the First. The Lord Ara the First, tell me the secrets of the soul.
Goes, you gonna go around the one of the buildings to avoid the wall force, I assume?
I guess I have to.
Yeah. Alright. As the three of you kind of go around the wall, or continue south, heading south, Goji kind of walking around the building. About another hour passes of you walking until you come about halfway through the southern district, seeing the inn itself. Yet again, just sitting there across the road from the upside down head with the crown around its neck, called the King's Head. The tavern looks to be busy with all sorts of adventurers and such. You see a very busty blonde elf that seems to be bright green eyes, running around back and forth serving drinks. You see other elves kind of working it looking similar fashion. And all of the adventurers seem to be shouting and laughing and having a good time. It looks like it's a pretty rowdy bar, but otherwise looks to be pretty well off as far as the establishment goes. You see gold coins being tossed around pretty freely.
I can't believe they're just throwing away money.
Mm-hmm. As you all enter, Sieko, are you entering first, or Tick or Goji?
No, I'll bring up the back.
Okay.
I'll go first, I guess.
As you walk in, Tick, you see as a brunette elf kind of walks over, again wearing a simple green apron, full long sundress of sorts. Looks to be kind of smells of booze a bit. Bright green eyes as she comes over with very tan skin and brown little what are they called freckles kind of sparkled about. She looks at you and she goes, I don't think we have Thri-Kreen drink here, but I can ask in the back.
Sure.
She goes, do you need, you're looking for a table, drink, food, information, job, what?
Information.
Not a problem. We'll take you to the back and have you meet one of our brokers. Not a problem. She kind of starts to lead you back into the back of the inn, which looks to have been at one point an actual proper inn with bedrooms going upstairs, but she seems to take you down a narrow hallway off to the side. As she walks through one of the doors, you sense the magic kind of generating a room suddenly. And she, as it kind of creates a nice little, very well crafted, a couple couches lying about, a nice table in the center, a hot steaming thing of what looks to be some sort of floury liquid in a pot that seems to be kind of blowing steam off right now, and a couple of cups set out. She goes, and the elven woman kind of looks at you and goes, feel free to have a seat. I'll have our broker with you momentarily.
Sick.
And she smiles and she kind of lets you all walk in. She goes, by the way, if you need anything in the meantime, just ring the little bell on the desk, and a little bell appears. And she goes, it will both open the door as well as let us know if you are wanting to order anything. And she kind of smiles and goes, are you expecting any other company, just so I know if you're waiting for someone?
There might be an orc eventually. I don't
But
know. He's been sitting on the couch for a while.
Yeah, I don't know if he's coming.
She nods and goes, yeah, not a problem, fully understand. And she kind of turns and walks off, and she said, as she's closing the door, she says, our broker will be with you momentarily. And she kind of turns and goes back out. And a few minutes go by as Daka comes walking into the tavern. The same brunette kind of comes walking up and goes, you must be the gentleman with the Thrycreen, correct?
Oh yeah, I'm with the bug, but I need to clean myself first. If you'd be so kind, I did a little bit of stuff today.
She just kind of looks you up and down and goes, I thank you. Good to know, sir. Yes, we have our bathing services. It's a gold piece for a hot bath, a silver piece for a cold bath, and for a one of the special baths, it is 10 gold pieces.
What's a special bath?
It's if you have to ask, as they say, and she pulls out a menu and hands it to you, and it reads in common, if you have to ask, you're not ready.
What is this piece of paper to tell me I'm not ready? I'm Daka. I have an intelligence of 12. This paper's all the most of me. I do this special bath to prove it wrong.
She kind of looks at you and goes, oh, okay, well, I don't know what 12 is, but sure, that'll be 10 gold pieces.
Of course.
She takes the gold and takes you up the stairs into one of the rooms.
I don't know what I'm doing.
And as you walk in, you see, as the room looks to have a massive, warm, bubbling bath that seems to have, jets of water kind of shooting out. It looks to have different scents of bottles of liquids on the side that have different fruity aromas to them, all labeled as soap, and then there's just a brick of soap sitting off on one side as well. And she kind of goes, enjoy yourself, and the special services will be here momentarily.
Okay, thank you.
She turns, and not even before the door closes, Daka, as you walk in, you hear, hey there, buddy. You remember good old Golem, or I hear you ordered Golem as you kind of start, this man comes walking into the door and closes it behind him. Daka gets a full body massage from Golem as he is completely washed clean and every inch of his body is sparkling by the end of it. But we'll come back to you in a moment, Daka.
My green has never been brighter.
Goldenrod #1.
Golem the man
I
of
thought
the
he was
happy
dead!
ending.
I
Didn't say it
don't
was
know
the
who
same
Golem
guy.
is.
Didn't say it was the same Golem
It's a title.
It's his son, Golem the Second.
Oh, Hunter, it's a royal title. It's passed down.
It's Goldenrod Jr.
As you, the rest of you are sitting in your room, a few moments go by, and you hear as the door opens up, and Leonin walks in, dressed in a full leather gear, bright, a blondish mane on him, and he stands about 6 foot-ish, and as he comes in and he sits down, fully being able to open the door, as you notice, without having you needing to ring the bell. He kind of walks in, takes a seat, and pours himself a glass of what looks to be this warm liquid with different flowers and leaves in it. Basically a simple tea. And he looks at you, Tickdrick, and goes, I hear you're looking for a broker. What can I help you with?
What do you know about that the elf who sells flowers in the Northern District?
He's the descendant of one of the Red Barons, if I remember correctly. Pretty powerful druid. He's got some sorcerer magic to him. I know that because he comes from an elvish bloodline. Beyond that, I know he was a smith at some point that's traveled around with the what was his name? The wizard who was really popular, that gnome wizard. I think he was Zilpip, Zolpop, Zilpmate, something like that. Used to travel around here with him as an apprentice for a bit. He lost his tongue at some point, I guess, from what I can remember. And he kind of starts to hold out his hand as if he's waiting for something. But the rest of my memory's kind of foggy.
Let's see how 25 gold.
Okay. And he slowly put it in his hand, he pockets it and goes, my memory's suddenly coming back. Yeah, he's involved in collecting slaves of rare varieties from pretty much all across the globe. He works with a pretty big underground organization known as the Circus, one of the subsets I've set up. They operate pretty much globally, last I checked. They recently had a new management put into place. From my understanding, slavery has been legalized amongst their organization. And he holds out his hand again and goes, but the rest, I mean, truly, I can't recall anything else at this point.
I throw 5 pieces of platinum.
Kindly, what do you want to know? He scoops it off and puts it in the back and goes, and smiles a toothy grin.
Continue answering his questions.
Oh, okay, just making me do it. Okay. All
He
right.
looks back to Tick Trick and goes, all right, what do you want to know?
Well, we heard about the slavery part, and we went to visit her because we were looking for some lizard folk, some female.
We
lizard
had
folk.
a recent shipment that I know of that came through the Underground Spider Network, though it's part of the rebel group that's working in John Doe's organization. John Doe doesn't believe in slavery, at least that's what the story goes. No one actually knows the guy's name. That's the name we were given. He showed up, he created the organization, and then boom, next thing we know, he's in power. But I know they came through maybe 2 weeks, maybe 4 weeks ago, something like that. Rough window. Not trying to like cheap you here. Just don't really know the full day. So 4 to 2 week window would be the rough about. They came through the underground sewers. They don't come through the front. Any slaves that do come through the front always go through go with a wagon on. Usually, if it's someone selling things, it's because they're selling flowers. It's code for high quality slaves. The druid turns the slaves into flowers, sells them to the owners. They walk out of the city. Once they're home, they activate the keyword that they're handed on a note, and it dispels the magic and basically turns them back into what they were. I think he uses some sort of true polymorph, but the wizard group he has with him, there's like 4 of them that channel into it to make it a high cast so it can't be dispelled easily or disintegrated.
That's what we were afraid of.
Beyond that, let's see. He's got a forest dragon helping him, last I checked. A new breed of dragon that's come up from the Underdark. And he's working with one of the Thrycreen hives to ferry slavers around the underground. It's a lot easier to move slavers to the Underdark, it turns out. And lizard folk are especially easy. Problem is, though, sail can't be made because those lizard folk are under protection of the Dragonborn King. And I don't know if you all here travel much, but the Dragonborn King was recently killed in battle, and they can't find the previous emperor's crown, and therefore no one can be crowned. Till that is found, as it's a sacred artifact, nothing can be done. So the Book of Sale can't be done. He's stuck with the product, which really is unfortunate for a merchant who sells in slaves. Even if they are flowers, the guards, if they do end up noticing, I mean, some of them can sense powerful magic, so...
Is the same keyword used? Do you know anything about that?
Keyword's individual. It's chosen between the merchant and the customer, from my understanding. Oh, I will give you this advice: don't remove the magic from the plants. It kills the person that's been turned into the flower automatically. That was a warning I remember seeing from one of the contacts I have.
Good to know.
Yeah, unfortunately, one of my friends ended up getting caught. we're not too happy about that, but there's not much I can do.
Is it the kind of flower they're turned into? Is it in any way related to what kind of individual? It's sort of like a selling mechanism.
Typically, a mother and chicks are used to sell families. Single flowers are used to sell individuals. If it's a powerful flower, a rare flower, it typically means the slave is very valuable. Usually, I'd guess rough window, probably 10 million gold pieces would be on the cheaper end for them. Yeah.
Do you know what hive it is that varies people?
It's one of the lower ones. As in, it's there at least I think 10 levels beneath the surface level of the Underdark. They're an aquatic lot. They're very blue, have webbed feet, seem to be able to like float on the water. There's some underground rivers down there that they move or they help pull the slaves about. And if any of the slaves fall off, they're just eaten by whatever's in the water.
Anyone else have any questions?
You know anyone he's willing to sell to? If we give him the money and they can just buy who we want and just get this over with.
Myself, any member of the circus organization. There's an orc here that's come here to buy. I think his name's like Icedaga, something like that. I don't know. Green fella with Dockeron written on his armor, real proudly. Loud folk, loud man. Yeah, real dumb folk, man. Okay, he knows. He's here to buy, I know that. Besides him, there's two other merchants in town that purchase from him regularly. Calber, who buys and frees the slaves to ship them back off when they can't be sold. Kind guy, really nice dude to do that. And then there's, well, I don't know who he is. I know his initials is X. I assume he's part of the Zarius clan, but I mean, and he's a dwarf. He's definitely a dwarf, but a little shorter and rounder than what I'm used to seeing amongst the Zarius. Kind of reminds me of that fella, Tenem, I think was his name, way back in the day when he ruled the city. If you're familiar, the dwarf with the mohawk.
How much money would you need to just go buy them for us?
What am I buying? What type? What's the race? What's the gender? How old?
Two lizard folk, mother and daughter.
Ages? Rough window works. I don't need something perfect, but he's gonna be expecting if I'm.
I'm gonna look over at Goji. Well, they're related to him. He should know.
He looks over at Goji and goes, "All right, what's the age? I need something. Rough windows. Anything you can give me."
He is
You're muted.
Yeah.
Wait.
Give him a minute, because Goji. I don't know if Goji remembers. You know, I mean, I can definitely pick them up. If they're the only lizard folk he's likely to have, which, given the fact I haven't seen any other than your friend here traveling, then yeah,
He
should be able to.
apparently has more, but they're all younger. So,
Oh, if they're... That should be easy enough. See, if I had to give a rough market, he'll probably upcharge me, so 2 million gold pieces will probably be what he'll charge for it. Depending on the females, given the age, if they're older, they're not going to sell well. Younger ones always do. For labor camps, you don't want them old.
No, I will say we did visit there, and I did buy a flower, not knowing this before.
All right.
I mean, it was not given a keyword, so and didn't have transmutation magic on it.
He casts spells on all of his plants, so you can't tell the difference. He does it on purpose.
I think it's probably a fake one because the amount of magic that was pulled from it was very low.
Could have been. Wouldn't surprise me. You gotta realize these underground organizations ain't stupid. They're gonna cover up anything they can. As he looks about. But yeah, 2 million. I can have it to you by tomorrow. Meet me back here. Let's say morning.
yeah, easy.
Spend some time amongst the city. Have yourself some fun. If you need anything else with the platinum pieces you've given, you get access to my information anytime you need me. He sets down a crystal and goes, "Name's Zeus."
Yeah, I figured that.
And he goes, "If you need my attention or need my help, feel free to call me anytime. I'm your underground contact. I only charge a minor fee. Don't worry." And he looks at
Zeus.
No, you've already paid for right now. He looks to Sieko and goes, 2 million gold up front. Job's free of charge for the amount of money you've paid today. If I get it for a discount, I get to keep whatever the difference is.
So, Dave, I believe it didn't matter the size of the room to open the vault, right?
Correct.
All right. Give me a second. As I'll open it in this side of the room, I'll just walk in.
His eyes go wide, and he goes, should I know who you lot are?
Monsters 5. And I'll hold up my hand.
So you must be Tektrick. That's the red one there's Goji. I'm going to guess the one with the vault full of gold, as his eyes literally almost turn into dollar signs looking it up and down. And goes, I'm guessing that is the Sieko, and I'm going to take a guess the one currently getting a full body massage upstairs is your friend Daka.
Yes. An asshole's not here right now.
Oh, you mean Bastion. Yeah, his name's not hard to find out. The ruler here has been tracking you guys for a while.
Yeah,
Silver Song?
Yeah, she's wary of Bastion, and you can probably understand why if you know much about him.
I've known him for a while. He does not like that person.
Yeah, hey, true that. And he looks over at Sieko. I assume as Sieko comes back out with the gold.
Yeah. As I walk back out, I'm like, if you're underground stuff, I have no end of magic items I don't need that I need fenced and gotten rid of.
Oh, he looks at you and goes, we'll be the best of friends. Feel free to contact me anytime. I only take a 10% cut.
I'm gonna take out the edgelord armor. This stuff's really...
God.
He looks over and up and down and goes, tell you what, I'll keep that. I guarantee for the next 5 sales you get full price.
Deal.
He nods and he grabs the armor and puts it in his bag of holding.
Oh, no.
We are going to be amazing friends.
As he takes the 2 million gold, he goes, all right, you don't associate, you don't contact me for the next 24 hours, you don't know who I am, you've never met me, I don't exist, there isn't a Leonin on this continent, as he looks at each of you.
I am
Understood.
just here in a
Good.
bar.
Have a good time, enjoy yourselves, make sure you look like you're here for a reason, do something that the folks don't know why you're here for. And if Bastion does show up, keep him out of trouble. And he looks
So where's
about.
the nearest fighting ring? I'll cover this up real quick.
Fighting ring, you say?
He looks about and goes, if you're looking for a fighting ring, you need to wait till late midnight. And at midnight, go to the King's Head, knock twice. When the person answers, say you're not looking to enter. They'll let you into. They'll show you to a fighting ring amongst the area.
It's
Good.
interesting.
I'll go do that.
I might go visit the that guy at the forge place with the barbarian
Oh,
bomber.
Kalbar. Yes, he's a good
Yes,
dude. And he looks about and he goes, all right, make sure to pass this message on to your friend. Don't give him my name nor my description. I know he's not that bright. Also, he may be a little loosened up after Golem robs his way with him, so keep that in mind as he turns about. He's famous. He's a famous male prostitute. Known throughout the world. He comes from a long line of very famous male concubines to many a queens.
I'm gonna be honest. If I just give Daka a drink, he'll just forget why he's here.
He nods, and Zeus kind of goes to open the door and says, all right, I'll meet you back here tomorrow. And he closes the door and disappears.
Perfect. I'm off to a magic item shop.
Magic item shop.
Take a
Oh,
deep breath.
Bash.
Well, why not see what they have here, yeah?
Goji follows.
Why not?
All right.
Man, Daka might be busy for the next couple hours. Getting a massage.
As you guys come out of the doorway, you see as Daka's coming down, and he smells amazing, like a bouquet of flowers. He is squeaky clean. He also is walking kind of funny, not as
Don't be
like
like that.
bow-legged, but like he just seems to be walking weird.
Fair.
Why are you walking like that?
Daka, when you were in that, that was your first time getting a body massage. You're not sure yet if you're okay with the fact of having someone else rub you up and down. Like, it was definitely relaxing and comfortable, but you're not 100% sure you're cool with it yet. As you're
I
thinking.
would have rather had the dragon lady do it, that's for sure.
But Goldenrod had soft hands. It was
But
nice.
hey, you know what? I'm gonna give it to Goldenrod. He can do a pretty mighty fine massage.
Yeah. He was
I'm gonna go-
courteous, kind, didn't charge you. Go ahead, Sieko.
I'm gonna go over to Daka. All right, spend your time however you want. We found out there's a fighting ring around midnight. If you're interested, yeah.
I do like to fight, but I feel like if I got myself into a fight, I would be ruining the grand work of the Golem Rod man.
He looks himself up and down again, sparkling slightly in the smell. And his clothes are even washed, as you can smell them. Like they're fully cleaned and taken care of.
I would
Alright.
like to go to the library. The library.
Okay.
All right, yeah, absolutely. Have a good time.
Magic item time.
All right. As Daka splits off from the party, we'll start with Sieko, Tiktrick, and Goji first. As the three of you split from Daka as he starts heading towards the center of town to go visit the Royal Library that is open to the public, he seems to be very happy, relaxed as he walks off. The town's pretty well guarded. There's not much to do, and there's not much danger. You start to feel a little more at ease knowing that Daka can't do too much to ruin what's going on. At least that's your hope. You watch him walk off alone.
Yeah, you know what? Suddenly, from the library, a magic bomb goes off.
Yeah. But as you all head to across or start heading up or down the southern district and heading to the southwestern district, one of the guards kind of points you in that general direction as the experimental magic item area or shops. Where magic items are made uniquely and procured from all around the world to be studied and sold. As you all start kind of heading that direction, you see there are competing shops going down the street. Give me 1 second to pull up my list of names here. Alright. As you look about, you start to notice... There we go. God damn it, no. Give me a second, I'm just trying to find my... There we go. You see a couple of shops. The first one known as the Green Flask. You see the Small Dragon Shop, the Knight's Gate, the Male Orc is one of them. Golem Rod's Emporium of magical goods for all needs. And then the last shop, it just seems you're walking about, seeing it just seems to have a big explosion on the sign, and you hear as the shop's foundation starts to shake as an explosion is heard.
Interesting. You know, Golem's Rods sounds interesting. So, yeah, I recently heard that name. Check that out. You can check them all out, probably.
You know, as we get to the shop, I've heard of golem control rods as well.
Yeah.
As you walk up to this store, the pillars in the shape of giant erect dicks of all different shapes and sizes, veins, some fat, some small, some skinny, some wide, some circumcised, some not. The windows portraying different acts of sex between different races, different genders, sometimes even creatures of sentient known to have intelligence. You do see one that looks oddly similar to Daka being rubbed down by a what looks to be a half elf with that's completely undressed and very well blessed.
He's been added to.
And as you walk in, the shop is completely jet black. The floor is black, the walls are black, different display cases all are painted black with different objects, some mini phallic in nature, mini sexualized. There are dolls, there are strap-ons, dildos, all sorts of objects, leather wraps, strands, and at the end of the long aisleway of just magical doodads. You see a young-looking half-elf, maybe roughly early 20s, maybe you're not really 100% sure. Bright yellow eyes. His hair seems to switch from brownish to green to back to brown to blonde. Skin seems to be somewhat tanned, just enough to be sun-kissed, and seems to have a very young face as he looks at you all. Very slim in stature. His pants look to be very baggy, though. His clothes look to fit, his shirt, though, being a very nice dress shirt with a button-up, and looks to be very lean in build. As he looks over at you lot and goes, I don't think I sell anything for Tarrasque-based creatures, but I do have a Thrycreen strap-on if you're interested. And I'm sorry, but I don't have any lizard folk items. We just had all of ours bought out by a guy who came in here not like an hour ago. Weird dude, really obsessed with lizard folk. Said he was going to a flower shop in a couple days.
You know, most people get my race wrong. That's nice.
Oh, he kind of touches his eyes and he goes, I have true sight. I can continuously see everything. It's a curse from my father, but to be fair, it's a bloodline thing. We Golem are amongst the legendary concubine bloodline. To every great king and queen that have ever ruled, we have served as their personal fuck toy. He just looks you dead in the eyes, saying the straight phrase.
It'd probably be really easy to sell the hot poker here, which would be really funny.
Mm-hmm. What'd you say,
Is he
Sieko?
proud? Is he proud?
You can see a slight smirk.
You know, fair enough.
Oh, he looks over at Goji and goes, he was a fat Goliath gentleman. Said he was the last of the Goliath. I don't think he was a Goliath. I think he was just an overweight human with a lot of gray paint on his face, on his skin. He painted on abs, but I'm sorry, with a rotund gut like that, it's pretty hard to not notice it. However, it wasn't him that was the main buyer. He had this weird gentleman, he was a gnoll who was dressed in a very nice noble suit, like very red with white stripes, a cane with a diamond on it, and he had glasses on, a bunch of gaudy jewelry that were all magic items from what I could tell. Very insulting, man. But he didn't speak, as far as it goes. I don't know, I didn't catch the gnoll's name, but the fat man, I think he went by and he kind of looks about as he starts digging through his paperwork, and he goes, I think he went by Ribs? I think I got that wrong, but I think that's the name he gave was Ribs.
Interesting. That's weird. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but I apologize. I can't give you much more. I don't know much about my customers. In this kind of business, you don't really ask. Now, I do need to ask. Are you here for magic items or magical items?
Magic items.
Let me take you to the back, and he kind of comes around the counter and starts. He has a sway to his hips that is almost unnatural for a male of his size. As he seems to be more than happy to show off. As he proudly walks around the thing, he goes and opens a wooden door that appears with a golden doorknob that's in the shape of a very long, erect dick.
Are we not talking about Goji calling the
gentle thing.
He looks at you, Goji, and gives you a wink and goes, you're not powerful enough, but I appreciate the compliment. And he kind of looks and he gives a little bit of a smile to Goji as he cocks his lip to the side a little bit, showing one of his very sharp canines. He looks about now, noting that most elves have very sharp teeth because they're cannibals. Just to keep that in mind.
You should go lifting with more often.
He looks. Oh wait, what? He looks at Sieko and goes, Sieko, are you telling this to Golemrod?
To Goji.
Oh, okay. He kind of looks.
Is this Goldenrod?
Yeah, this is Golemrod.
Well, this is one
The
of
same
them.
one that.
The same one that was with Daka moments ago. Daka would have recognized it if he came back after the guy. He twists the doorknob, and you hear a very feminine moan come from behind the door as he opens it up, and there's a man standing on the other side with very naked and hanging from the doorknob from his hips. As he opens the door and goes, "Oh, ignore that. It's a new it's a service we offer. Back here." As he continues back, not even accepting.
That's a very weird store. I've never seen something like this.
Not to touch the door, because I think if I touch that quote unquote doorknob, he might not live.
Oh.
If you are strong, I recommend not. But they pay for my services to grab a hold of doorknobs every 20 minutes, and he goes and grabs it in. And he turns back around. Now, if I may assist you, let me take you to the less graphic part of the store. I have magical doodads from all across the world I collect. I've been traveling quite a bit. I haven't done any traveling to Aventium recently, so my contact hasn't gotten in touch with me on the first floor, so I don't have any fresh goods from him made. But I have other items if you're looking. Now, and he kind of shows you a bunch of wood shelves that have like very simple displays on them. You can tell they're mundane items. He goes, "These items are not for sale, they're just a show. I don't want the guards coming in here snooping around. I will admit my trade's not exactly legal, but I'm not stealing from people, I'm not killing people. I just look for shit in dungeons where people have died. Nothing wrong with that, resell, that's my opinion."
We've done the same a couple times. We understand.
Any good adventurer, does it. It's the right of the adventurer. If you die in a dungeon, your gear's going to someone better. He smiles at that and goes, "Now, If you'll follow me, let me get my chest of all things, as he pulls up a chest from behind a bench that he grabs out, and he goes, name the item, what are you looking for, and I'll give you a price tag, and if you agree, I'll pull it out, and you can hand me your gold.
All right, we'll go down the line. Grumpy, do you want to start with the things that you were looking at, or do you want me to start?
You can start.
Dragon masks. Any color's fine.
Dragon masks. That's a harder item to come across these days, as there aren't many. I got, let's say, let me look. And he starts digging through. For a moment, give me a second, because surprisingly, my magic item pricer doesn't have that. As he kind of starts digging through for a moment, he pulls out a red dragon mask and goes, I got this recently from a gentleman in the Dwarven lands, the Vidan lands, far to the west. Little fella lost a bet to me. Let's say 500,000 GP.
Works for me.
He hands it to you and takes the gold and puts it into the chest and goes, anything else you're looking for?
Hey, Drake, I believe you had mentioned the various training manuals.
Yes, you got any sort of books that would, when read, would increase your stats?
Let's see, I have a manual of golems, I have a duplicitous manuscript.
What is that?
So, he kind of takes a second, and goes, from my understanding, and I may be wrong on this, and he starts kind of digging through for an item, which is the code for the DM is pulling up something to find the exact description, because,
No problem.
takes a sec. He looks and he goes and he pulls it out and he goes, so basically it's a spell book. Someone wrote it at some point. It's got a bunch of romance fiction in it. I can't read it, so I have no idea. It talks about some human blonde guy who's buff and who did the bare minimum to seduce women, like pick some a rose or flexes his muscle. But to magic users, they read it and they can learn shit like hallucinatory terrain, major image, mirror image, mislead, some magical aura spells. I think there's a silent image in it, and there's something about phantasmal force, which I don't know what that does. I'm not a caster in that level. And he looks about and goes, basically, it's a simple thing. It's got about 3 charges, and it's a renewable resource if you're looking for some free spells.
Well, I'm not a caster, so yeah, I have to pass on that.
He goes, manuals? You're talking like
Or
manual of
tomes.
bodily health, manual of gainful exercise, or manual of golems? Like, what do we talk? Or quickness of action?
Yeah, manual of quickness of action. How would that?
About 50,000 GP is what they go for on the market. And for you, he looks you up and down. You know what? You're an interesting Thri-Kreen. I'll tell you what. I'll give it to you for 45,000 GP.
Let me see how much I have. Let me see. Would we be willing to trade for it as well with some?
If you've got items of
Expansion,
value, or are you implying other things as he kind of gives you a
No.
wink?
I don't know if I have the holes for that.
Oh, don't worry. I can work with that. I've got tools for that.
I don't feel comfortable with that.
We golem rods are blessed with the ability to sleep with any race, regardless, and offer the amount of pleasure that would cause them to, basically, for mortal beings, I've been told that our capabilities can kill a man. But, we don't sleep with normal folks, so, Though I do offer massaging services to pretty much anyone that's interested in paying 5 gold pieces.
Okay. Let me see if I have anything that you would.
I kind of look over my body like, I don't think I can be. You know what? Whatever.
He looks up at
Wanna
Sieko,
try?
noticing this, and goes, "Oh, I can fully massage even a Tarask. I had a customer come in that was a half Tarask. He said his name was shit. I don't remember. I know he said something about some enchanter asshole. And something about a bear. Do you know anything about a bear named Bruno? Was it Bruno? I don't think it was Bruno. I don't know. He was. He talked about a bear that was training a big lumberjack fella. So
The
rough memories.
enchanter's the one that forced me in this humanoid shape.
Oh, I'm sorry. He looks at you and goes, I can't reverse curses, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've been stuck like this for a few hundred years.
You know, I have this interesting potion. I think I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's the metallic potion that I pulled for the backpack of sharing.
He looks at it and kind of says, do you mind if I pop it and sniff it?
Be my guest. I have not attempted that.
As he
Don't
kind of
know what
gives you
it'll
a
do.
wink at that comment, saying it, fully implying what he was implying. Yeah, all right, yeah, give me a minute. He goes, as he kind of grabs it, takes it from your hand gently. You notice his hands are very soft for a mortal, or for a fleshy creature. He kind of looks you up and down and goes, wait, you wouldn't happen to be that fella that likes feet? I met a guy that you might be interested in.
He just found out today that's what's
Apparently, that's what I'm known for, and I don't. Someone said I chopped up people's feet. I've never done that before.
Oh, I guess I'm sorry about that. I have, you listen, you know, I was told that, you look like the guy, but fair enough. I had another Thrykrink saying he was into people that had a foot. You know what, never mind, it doesn't matter. He pops the thing and starts to sniff the metallic potion and goes, oh, that'll cover about 5,000 GP, as he kind of hands it back to you as he recorks it.
You know, if we're trading, I have a lot of items I don't need. Let's see. Cannith Mandolin, 4+3 spears, iron. He's actually pulling out items.
Those spears, if they're, if they're made of decent enough material to rank them amongst the highest.
They have another enchantment on them as well. Just didn't care enough to use.
Well, they go for on the base market about 60,000 GP a piece right now. If you want to trade all those over, I'm happy to give you a permanent discount at the shop and give you anything else you're looking for within reason for a decent
you're
discount.
welcome to. None of us are spear wielders. This was just a trap someone tried to use to kill me. So.
Oh, he kind of takes and he goes, I'm going to use these for something very specific.
Oh,
I have a person who loves the highest quality of materials, as he smiles. He goes, yeah, here. And he hands you back the book, and he goes, by the way, the metallic potion, from my understanding, at least from what it smells like, that is, well, I don't know how to tell you this, but that's dragon blood.
oh, it's dragon blood. Of what kind?
Well, it's silver, so I'm going to take a wild guess saying it's a silver dragon.
Interesting. Okay.
You know, I have an ancient silver dragon customer that would be interested in taking it off your hands if you want to get rid of it. And I could probably fork it over to him for about 600,000.
Yeah, I think I might be willing to keep it.
Oh, okay.
But thank you for telling me what it is.
Yeah, if you change your mind, the offer will stand. You know, anything else you're looking for? As he goes back digging in his chest.
You
You mentioned gainful exercise.
Yes, I have some gainful exercise if you need it, both in the literal and the non. As he smiles.
Yeah. You know, I don't exactly have any holes, so the book would be good.
He knows and goes, I love a challenge, but fair enough. Gainful exercise, I'll tell you what, discount 25,000 GP, half off for, since you gave me a good deal, or since you gave me the spears.
Easy enough.
He takes the book and hands you a first copy. You do read on the front, it's written by the family of Goldenrod.
Wow.
Oh boy.
This is some gainful exercise, all right.
And the
This is
symbol
gonna-
on the front is a picture of what looks to be a hillbilly, a very short hillbilly with a 12-inch dong that seems to be swinging from side to side as a depiction in the drawing, or in the design on the cover.
That's my boy.
There you go. You asked, I delivered. You're welcome.
This is certainly going to be an interesting read, isn't it? All right.
Hey guys, skip the part about the toad. It's not going to be helpful to you.
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
And he goes,
Goji,
if
you want anything?
He looks over at Goji and waits and goes, anything for you?
Oh, yes. So, first off, I pull out my halberd and kind of just hold it out. I no longer need this, and I would like to sell it or trade it in.
Oh, what are you looking to trade? You know, actually, I have an item that would work if you like halberds. It's an acquired item. It's a legendary artifact that I gained from the queen who first saved the city from an ancient red dragon. It has a grease spell on it that you can cast at will.
Oh my god.
Can I see this, please?
He starts pulling out a 12 and then 15-foot large black dick dildo that has a halberd at the end, and you can see an oil or a grease spell cast at the very tip where it is shaped to spew out. And he goes,
Now.
This is called the Moby. It was created by the group Grim Legacy. Famously, Zilpip Kung Pao, I think, ordered it from Tenem Zaris when he was working as a smith. Him and his family made this item personally, I believe, from the materials from I think it was... the rumor goes that it was some creature that could spit acid and was the size of a castle. I don't know how much that's true, but I know it's an item that a lot of people have been asking after.
Now, Caleb, before you think about it, please go read how the item works, because it's not what you think.
So I'm going to give Caleb a second to read the Moby and jump over to Daka for a second. Doc, are you still there?
Yep, I'm here.
Alright, cool. I figured you were chilling, so... but Daka, as you continue heading down the main road, heading towards the library, passing by a few guards that kind of wave to you friendly, like many people aren't giving you a wide berth. Even some of the mixed races of ladies that seem to be kind of walking about doing their day to day seem to kind of smile at you and give you like a wink or a wave as you walk by. People seem to be responding to you well. You're unsure, but you know the difference. The realization of the difference is that you don't smell like, well, sweaty Daka now. Maybe but it could be your natural charisma from sitting on that couch.
You know it? It must be that my green's shiny. They can see it better.
You feel good, Daka, walking down. As you get through the central gate, the guards kind of wave you through, not really paying any attention to you, letting you pass. Heading into the library, you see... a old lady, this old elven lady, kind of sitting behind there, thick glasses as she smiles, and she looks at Daka and goes, hey, sweetie, how can I help you?
Oh, hello. I'm just looking for a quiet place to read this book I found in the Dragon's Hoard, and I've just been having a rough time understanding it. I just need a place to sit down and really hunker down and get onto it.
Would you like one of my helpers to assist you at all in the reading and translation of the book?
That would be very nice. Thank you, ma'am.
Not a problem. I must ask, as is required, can you answer the sign behind me? As she points and and you see on the sign it says, "Are you related to Van Zorwin?"
I don't even know who that is.
She smiles and goes, "Then feel free to enjoy the library. I'll send someone over and some food for your company."
Can I know a story? Why?
So this woman is one of Van Zorwin's first wives. Van Zorwin met her while traveling through Dragon's Gate and met his, I believe, his son that works here.
Zorwin, truly a legendary character.
Dude has 65 wives there, still living in the world right now.
That's a few.
And over 455 direct descendants.
I assume it would have been a bad thing to say yes?
Yep.
Very. Oh, very.
She's not powerful by any sense. She's not like a strong person. She was attractive when she was younger, and you know she holds a very good position. As you can tell, she's the head of the library. Which, respectful position means she's probably got a good amount of knowledge. Ignore that. I just dropped something.
She's a very smart lady.
As she points you to one of the studying rooms, that you see the lock kind of turns, and as you kind of walk in, I'll get to you in a minute, Goji, don't worry. One of a young elven man looking very similar to her, but with like kind of bright white hair and blue eyes, kind of sits down and he goes, he introduces himself and says, "My name is Ven Jr. Unfortunately, you may call me Ven if you'd like. I'm here to assist you." And he pulls out a large 50-ounce steak that is fresh off a grill. It smells amazing as he sets it down in front of you with a knife and fork and goes, "This is courtesy of the lady at the front desk. I was told you needed some help reading and understanding a book."
Oh, yes, this one right here.
He
And I pull out the True Soul by Galore Era the First.
All right. He's going to pull it out and go ahead and roll with advantage an intelligence check, Daka.
Me advantage or
Yes, correct.
intelligence with advantage? I rolled a 2 and an 8 for a 9.
As he starts reading things off to you, you get kind of enamored in the stake, but by the time you leave the library, you start to gain a full grasp. You feel you can understand the book. Now the time is to, and now you're just going to need time to read it as you sit down and look through it.
Okay.
He starts to explain the very simply for you, very simply, as he breaks down everything, going chapter by chapter, walking you through it for the whole day. So it will take you a full day. More meals will be brought in. But as he sits down and works with you, you will gain more understanding. We're gonna jump back over to Goji real quick. Goji, as Goldenrod kind of looks up at you and smiles and goes, "Is it a fair trade? Or you?" Oh, and he looks at Goji physically, just starts to look somewhat disturbed. And the Goldenrod kind of looks at you and goes, not a fan of fun items. Understandable. What kind of item are you looking to exchange your halberd for then?
Would you happen to have anything that would help or bolster the damage of my claws?
I have nothing for unarmed. I've got tattoos that I can sell you, but I can't put them on you. Like Eldritch Claw tattoo, would that work for you?
So I'm not near my PC at the moment.
Allow me.
Thank you.
Tattoo attunement. That's just how you attune to it. That's fine. While the tattoo is on your skin, your item strikes are considered magical, personal immunity, and resistance. You gain a +1 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls with unarmed strikes. As a bonus action, you can empower the tattoo for 1 minute. For the duration, each of your melee attacks with a weapon or object can reach a target up to 15 feet away from you as inky tendrils will launch at the target. In addition, your melee attacks deal an extra 1d6 force damage. You can only use this bonus action once per dawn. Does give a flat plus to your hit and damage.
I'll take it.
He nods and goes, "All right. In exchange for your halberd, that's a fair trade." And he hands you the tattoo, and he goes, "There's an artist that should be able to help you in the Eastern District. Just tell him that Goldenrod sent you. He owes me a favor, anyways."
You think that person would be able to modify existing tattoos?
Oh,
Are
easily.
they that skilled?
Oh yeah, he's one of the top tattoo artists in the entirety of the world, from what I understand. He's one of our top magic casters in the city as well. He's currently, he was, as he turns back and looks at the doorknob, he was hanging out there. I don't know where he
that was
ran off
him.
to. Yeah, the stubby kind of looking dwarven fella. Yeah, that was him.
I do have a question. Do you know, it's not a magic item, but do you happen to have any sort of valuable gems that could be turned into good catalysts or hold
I don't.
magic?
I mean, I do, but I don't know if you'll want them.
No.
They're kind of
I don't-
attached to certain items, and I don't know if you want to have that explained, how the anatomy of the fleshier races works.
You know, I don't mind for the gems.
He looks at you and goes, "For 5,000 GP, I can get you probably 100 gems of low quality.
Low quality?
Medium quality is harder to come by right now. Gemstones seem to have been almost wiped out on the market, and I have no idea why."
Do I know if I could change these gems into higher quality through heat treating and stuff that I
yeah.
did before?
Cutting and cleaning them, basically. Most people will say low end means that they're not clean. They're just basically rough gems.
Yes. Then
All right.
why not?
I'll have them delivered to you. Where are you staying at the inn in town?
We are right, guys. I believe.
We're going to.
Yeah.
If you can give me the inn, I'm more than happy to send my stuff or send your stuff there. For anything, it'll take a little bit of a while of processing. Unless you want the iron with it, you are more than welcome to keep the iron. It'll be around like 20 bars of iron probably worth of goods.
That's fine.
Yeah, I was, all right, well, I can have that to you before the end of the day.
Okay. assume we're staying at the King's Head then, still?
Me?
No, we are.
Oh,
No, we
I assume.
the
Are
two
we?
Raven Inn.
I don't know. We're going to the King's Head at midnight, so I mean, we might just stay.
Okay.
He looks at you and goes, King's Head? That works. I can get those delivered. Chuck might ask a couple questions. I should probably melt those down before I bring them to you then. I got in trouble last time I came through. Chuck isn't a big fan of when you use him like a feather. He looks back at Goji and goes, anything else I can do you for, though, good sir?
I'm
Ooh, I'll just be on.
I'm drawing a blank right now. Please give me some time to think.
He nods and says, you can always come back. My shop's not going anywhere.
Grumpy,
That was-
weren't you for charm stuff?
Oh yes. Do you happen to have anything that would stop you from being charmed?
Not that I can give you based on your anatomy, unfortunately. I do have a cock ring of anti-charm that I wear on a daily. And I have a couple more that I sell, but I don't think you can wear it.
Are those too strong of items that can't be reshaped?
They are legendary items, yes.
Okay.
They're handcrafted by my family's own personal smith.
Personal Smith, who is it? I'm curious.
We had a gentleman by the name of Maznaw Jr. that was serving under us for a good while, but he was serving as an apprentice to the actual smith. His name is, he kind of looks about and goes, sorry, I don't have his actual, I think it's something, and he kind of starts digging through a book in his back pocket that he suddenly pulls out. And as he kind of looks at you, he goes, I think it was started with a B, something Helm Shaper. If you know what I mean, as he smiles. And he goes, Dolkin, something like that. I think it was Dolkin Helmshaper. He's back in the Dwarven lands. He's serving or he was in Stonehold looking for some items for us. He's looking to reopen the the smithy of a forgotten dragon god.
You this Mesna Jr. you're talking about, did he learn enough that he could reshape one of these rings?
No, he wouldn't have been trained unless he took over and took the sacred oath, so unfortunately. He would have been sworn into my family, otherwise he wouldn't be able to leave. Some dragonborn came by and kidnapped him. Blue guy, real asshole. Yeah, can't remember his name, but he blew up every damn trap in our family's house. Yeah, which is
That's
honestly
really
impressive
strange.
because they're meant for wild animals. They're not even meant for people. Like, you can walk through the front gate and literally into the house. It's unlocked. We never lock it.
Diego just puts his palm onto his face, like, god damn it.
But anyways, sorry about that. We can't help you. I could ask if we can get one forged, but a custom item of that level would be, the price would be exponential.
Yes, I'm not that liquid in cash.
How exponential?
Oh.
Well, let's see. Before he took the oath, he was demanding on average for an item around 2 to 3 million gold pieces per item he crafted, but he guaranteed levels of artifact to legendary no matter what and what he crafted. And that was paying for materials as well. But it takes years for him to finish one item. I'm gonna be honest. But if you want a commission, I'm more than happy to give you my crystal, and you guys can make a request. I'll discount it for you, but I can't do too much. As imagine the cost isn't on my end; it's on his.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, money wouldn't be the issue; it'd just be the time. It wouldn't
nods.
help us by that point.
He goes,
do you have another item? Do you happen to have horseshoes of speed?
I do not carry horseshoes of speed. I do carry horseshoes, though.
No, but don't need horseshoes.
Do you have stronger adamantite plate armor by any chance? Or know someone that can enchant my plate armor?
The same tattoo smith might be able to. The last person he trained under was a pretty well respected smith before he went on a killing spree and just caused the world to go up and shit. But the tattoo smith out there, he's a decent enough smith. I think he should be able to help you out.
All right, I can ask. Why not?
Yeah, I think his name was Twin Zarius, I don't know, something like that.
No, we're gonna be with him anyway. Ask.
And he looks back and goes, well, anything else?
I think we're good.
All
This
right.
time.
Yeah.
He pulls out a crystal out of his bag of holding as he hands it to you and goes, if you ever need anything, or if you're ever looking for any special services, feel free to contact me. He gives a wink as he holds out the crystal in his hand.
Okay. I'll take it, I guess.
All right. As you take it, he stands up and closes the chest and looks over at Goji and goes, "If you change your mind and anything else comes to mind that you're interested in, feel free to just give me a call. I'm happy to find you stuff. I can also sell you information on where items are." He goes, "Because while we Goldenrods are very good at acquiring the things we want, however we need to, we're even better at acquiring information." As he gives a smile again.
I'll try and smile at him and say, very appreciated. Thank you.
He nods and goes, "Oh, and by the way, tell Horv he still owes me that lotion." As he looks at Sieko suddenly.
He owes you lotion?
He'll know what I mean.
Oh, I'm sorry, he doesn't work for me. He works for that one, as I look at Ticktrick. He didn't want to take an oath to me.
Well, either way, I know he works for you. If you wouldn't mind reminding him.
Sure.
Alright.
And he goes, "Well, then I'll escort you out of my shop. And if you need anything else, like I said, feel free to ring me. Your friend Daka should be leaving the library in a few minutes. Ven Jr. should be done with him momentarily."
Didn't know he's at the library, but okay.
He comes as he walks you out of the store to the front entrance. He goes, "If you again need anything, always feel free to call." And as he closes the door, and goes back to working.
Strange man.
And that, as the party reconvenes, is in the middle of the Southern District, is where we're going to end today's session at almost 3.5 hours. We thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed. There will be the party will get some downtime for the fight night coming up, as there will be no session most likely next Monday. Keep that for those who enjoy watching our content. There will also be no session on Sunday, so Friday will be the most D&D you probably get for the week. We thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed, and we will see you guys next time. Unless Daka has any Daka thoughts he would like to speak to.
As always, Tick likes feet,
Okay. Thank you for
and
the
his opinions are trash.
Thank you for the final brilliant words, Daka of genius. We thank you all
As
for
always.
watching,
Things in there are insults to me.
and we will see you next time.